And then Wyoming is going against Oregon today. Talking with Willie Taggart this week. Healthy respect for Josh Allen, but certainly feeling good about the way his team has gotten out of the gate in the first 2 games, and now an opportunity to go to that high altitude. Oregon opted not to train at altitude. Started the way his team has gotten out of the gate in the first 2 games, and now an opportunity to go to that high altitude. Oregon opted not to train at altitude, started to change their mind late. If you're not familiar with Josh Allen, here he is, 6'5", 240 pounds, number 3 prospect on Kuiper's big board. Now, the easy comparison for him is the Eagles' Carson Wentz. They're similarly sized guys, both from schools outside the Power 5, both played for Craig Bowl, running similar offenses. Gene Wojciechowski joins us now. Gino, this Cowboy had to blaze his own trail to prominence.
You know, Reese, they've got a great quarterback here at Louisville, Lamar Jackson. But at Wyoming, they love Josh Allen. Josh Allen came this close to declaring for the NFL draft. In fact, he did talk to Carson Wentz about his decision. He went to bed one night saying, "I'm gone." Woke up the next day, changed his mind, and Wyoming is thrilled. But the amazing part of his football journey is that he's even in this position.
Here on the high range of Wyoming, where the views and altitude can take your breath away,
Reset.
The best quarterback nobody wanted
Come on, we need it.
is hard at work.
Reset. Hi, babe.
For the first time you saw him throw the ball, what'd you think?
Well, I was playing quarterback back then, so I thought I'm in trouble. I think he threw it 80 yards, honestly. And we all were like, okay, never seen that before.
Back from the 50. And now he'll throw and show you the arm strength. End zone, back to the end zone, caught! Touchdown!
The arm strength of Josh Allen, that's a hose.
What's the longest you've ever thrown one?
Well, we can find out right now, actually.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna put both cheeks into this one.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's just obscene.
Allen has always had a big arm, except nobody ever saw it. He grew up a farm boy on a 3,000-acre spread near Firebaugh, California. Population, 8,500. It's the capital of cantaloupes, not quarterbacks.
You know, I helped move irrigation pipes, drove tractors and disced fields, weeded cotton, weeded cantaloupe. It wasn't fun being that hot in the summer, 105, 110 degrees most of the time, and having to wear a long sleeve because anytime you touch the irrigation pipe, your skin would burn. But, you know, it really established a work ethic in me.
I think that's why Josh developed into the player that he did, because he didn't have a lot of the distractions that he would have had living in a larger town or a big city.
Allen was a multi-sport star in Firebaugh, and his local nickname was Hollywood. But to college recruiters,
You've always heard this recruit talk about, he's a 5-star, he's a 4-star, 3-star. What were you your senior year of high school?
I didn't have any stars, so I was a no star, no offer guy out of high school.
Josh was 0. He had 0 stars.
I sent emails every day to almost every coach in the nation. Please, please just offer me. All I was asking was for an opportunity, and I really never heard back from anybody.
Plan B was an obscure junior college in Reedley, California, where Allen sat the bench before finally getting his chance. He still received rejection notices from FBS programs until one wonderful day in late 2014.
I can remember flying in and walking in to their home, looking them in the eye and telling them, "Josh, we've been all over the country. You're the guy we want."
and your son is going to be the face of our program for the next 3 years. And here I'm getting kind of teary-eyed thinking about it now.
Wyoming was the only FBS program to offer Allen a no-strings-attached scholarship. Allen, who became the Cowboys' full-time starter last season, will never forget what Wyoming did.
It's a Cowboy touchdown. Another amazing play by Allen.
And what other programs didn't do.
Last year was very apparent. I don't like you. I don't like your program. You never offered me. You didn't find me. So when I step on the field, like, I'm trying to embarrass your team.
He sees himself as a great quarterback, and that's one of the things I think that has given him his trajectory.
Allen has gone from a no-star to a no-brainer NFL draft prospect. And he's found happiness and a home 7,220 feet above sea level.
If all those schools that you sent those emails had a mulligan, could do it all over again, how do you think it would be different this time?
I really don't know, but I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't change anything.
You know, we talked to some players before the season started, and we showed them a photo of Josh Allen in his uniform, and we said, "You know who this is?" And almost nobody knew who he was. In fact, one star player said, "He looks like a guy who works in a fast food restaurant." I told Josh about that player in his comments, and he kind of smiled through gritted teeth, Reese, but you could tell it was another thing of motivation for him.
The power of the chip on the shoulder, Gene. Everybody's going to know him. He's not going to have to give anybody fries with that coming up in just a little while.
And what an example in this world of five-star world.
Yeah.
A zero-star player ends up becoming maybe the first pick in the draft because of the want, the heart, the desire, the dream. You just kept pushing.
Love it. Yep.
It's awesome.
A lot of the NFL guys were telling me he's going to be the guy, whether he is or he isn't, almost certain to be a first-rounder, an opportunity to play in the NFL next year. College game day from Louisville this morning, and old Nick Sher.
It's going to be tough for them not to think about that Clemson game coming up at home.
Play Old Dominion next week. ODU is getting smoked by North Carolina, the ACC right now, as Fox carries again. Nice spin move there for Coleman Fox. And we asked Coach Fuente about this yesterday, partner. How difficult is it not to look ahead of this potentially huge national showdown against the defending national champs?
And I think it could have even more significance if Clemson were able to go on the road and win at Louisville and come into that game undefeated. And now you're talking about really getting into the national conversation, not being 13, 11, or 10. You're talking about now becoming potentially playoff talk if you can get them undefeated. So they're probably pulling at this point for Clemson tonight to win.
Makes that game all the more significant, no question about that. At Lane Stadium, I mean, that place is just going to be absolutely rocking for that showdown coming up in a couple of weeks. 3-0 will be the best start for the Hokies since 2011 when Frank Beamer's bunch beat App State, ECU, Arkansas State en route to 11 wins and lost a great Sugar Bowl to Michigan. Justin Fuente putting his own thumbprint on the Hokie program in year 2. Fox gets another carry, first career action.
And I thought Josh Jackson took a step forward today.
Did he ever?
Yeah, I think you got Cam Phillips will play on Sundays for somebody. So getting him the football and getting a chemistry and a rapport with him for Jackson was significant. I don't think you should take that for granted when he said that they spent time together and they were talking and he knew that Jackson would maybe win the job. I thought it was a smart move by Cam Phillips, and he's built on what had already been a very good career.
Click, hands the Fox. And he gets drilled at the 44. A minute 45 and counting. Josh Jackson, tremendous day. How about that? That's the big number at the bottom. Right there, Corey. No picks in the 3 games. And Justin Fuente told us yesterday he loves how his young quarterback values the ball.
I think he mentioned it, that was something that he was concentrating on. He seemed like he was very comfortable with where he was at. As you see, Fox continuing to get it done.
He's had some big numbers here. A career day, literally. Another first down for Coleman Fox. Good for him, the sophomore from Salem, Virginia. And the headset can come off now for Justin Fuente. About to go 3-0 and have potentially another 10-win season after winning 10 last year. Largest comeback school history in the Belk Bowl against Arkansas, the SEC, down by 24 and won the game. Things are trending upward for Tech right now.
Well, I think with Fuente, the one thing that you notice and that we've noticed in our time of having covered him in the past, he's not somebody that has a lot of highs and lows with what you see from him. And that gives you a consistent football team. When your coach doesn't get up and down too much, you know, he's pretty, it's tough to please him, I think, a little bit. And I think that that's what the expectation levels for his teams in turn rise.
Number 16, Virginia Tech, is going to bolt up the polls in the new AP Top 25 coming out this week. They passed the test big time. First road game, true road contest of the year. And they're going to win this one 64-17. They trailed at 1.17-7 and scored 57 in a row. And Justin Fuente and the Hokies off to a 3-0 start. That's a good football team.
They are basketball-like numbers in the second half.
Oregon, Wyoming, Stanford, San Diego State still come on CBS Sports Network. We can't wait. Corey Chavis, Tina Cervasio, the entire crew. I'm Dave Ryan saying so long. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now we'll send you back to Brent Stover and the gang in New York. Big night of college football, Brent, still to come, including Clemson and Louisville.
Not to mention a pair of big Pac-12 versus Mountain West battles here on CBS Sports Network in prime time. Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Christian Fourier. This was 23-17 at the break, but going back to the second quarter, the last 57 points of this game scored by Virginia Tech. That's a nice way to put the clamps down, Chris.
Yeah, you could tell at the end of the first half that the Pirates were kind of getting a little tired, starting to lean on their blocks and couldn't get off blocks. And you could tell that Virginia Tech was really starting to, you know, feel themselves and really get into a rhythm. And they could tell, like, once the second half started, once they got the ball, you know, to start the second half, like, it was pretty much over.
No doubt about it. So this is a huge win, and now they're 3-0. Huge because you're breaking a new quarterback in Josh Jackson, and you see this guy just grow with every play, the confidence, and they get a blowout win on the road, obviously against an undermanned ECU team. Stanford, number 19 in the country, at 10:30 Eastern tonight, will play on our air against San Diego State. Looking forward to that matchup. Before that, we are moments away from heading out to Laramie, where the gunslinger Josh Allen and Wyoming home for Justin Herbert in Oregon.
Wyoming, you know, Josh Allen started out a little slow the first week against Iowa, had 2 interceptions. Came back last week against Gardner-Webb, 22 for 32, 328, a little bit more like what we're used to seeing. We watched him last year, very accurate, fun to watch. We'll see how he does against a good Oregon football team.
And a 300-yard passing game and 3 touchdowns for Justin Herbert, the quarterback for Oregon, as they got a 42-35 win over Nebraska last week. They were up 42-14 at halftime in that one. Ended up getting a quality win against a Big Ten team, although Huskers dropped to a game to Northern Illinois today. But when you look at this Oregon team and Willie Taggart in year 1 putting his stamp on it, this could be a really dangerous team in the Pac-12.
Oh, of course, and you see what happened to them last year and how they're struggling. And Willie Taggart is there for a reason for what he did and how he was able to just grow teams, recruit. I mean, this is a perfect situation for him, really going into a very tough environment. You look at Wyoming, you look at the elevation, you look at what that challenge creates for this team, and a quarterback that's getting a lot of attention, that's really trying to prove himself. Wyoming Josh Allen has never beaten a Power 5 school. He's 0-2 so far, and there's lots of talk about Josh Allen and what his capability is in the next level. And if I've already seen other information about him talking to Carson Wentz, trying to figure out what's it like, going into the declaring for the draft. His focus needs to be on this game. He hasn't accomplished anything yet. It starts today, this year, against Oregon.
Also, let's watch Justin Herbert. Last week, 20 to 25 for 33, looked really sharp. He stands 6'6" now. Very athletic guy. And you have a guy like Royce Freeman, a guy you can hand the ball to, throw the ball to, has some weapons around him.
He's got 6 total touchdowns, Freeman, on the season so far. And again, early on here, it's an opportunity for Freeman to get into the Heisman conversation. Obviously, we'll circle back quickly because there's a lot to like about Josh Allen. The scouts like him. What you're telling me, what I'm gleaning from both of you, tonight is a massive night for him to show out against a quality opponent.
I think there's so many highs and there's so many lows with him. He just needs to be consistent and, more importantly, protect the football.
Who wins the game tonight, Oregon or Wyoming?
I think Oregon wins this football game. Josh Allen is pretty much, as good as he is, those tough situations he ends up.
I'm with you. I think Oregon, few more athletes. I think Oregon may win. But watch out for your gunslinger.
Looking forward to it.
He wants us to be wrong so badly.
Oh, I love it. Carter Blackburn, Aaron Taylor, Jenny Dell with a call. We'll see you back here at halftime.
Eugene, Oregon is where pros are born. From my teammate Ahmad Rashad to Marcus Mariota to yours truly, the road to Sundays often begin in the Emerald Valley. A dual threat quarterback and an explosive running back might just be the next great Duck Pros.
Touchdown, Freeman! Herbert, touchdown, Oregon!
But Laramie is home to the quarterback on every pro scout's mind. I know what it's like to be an under-the-radar California kid making headlines. And many believe Josh Allen is the man to lead his Pokes to the top of the wild, wild west. Can this Cowboy carry a resilient underdog to the biggest win in program history?
Touchdown! Wyoming wins!
Or will the dynamic duo from Oregon exert the power of the Pac-12? Ducks and Cowboys, whose star will shine brighter tonight?
Dan Fouts, our CBS colleague, proud Oregon Duck, setting the stage. College football on CBS Sports Network presented by Geico. The Oregon Ducks from the Pac-12 have traveled to Laramie, Wyoming to face the Cowboys from the Mountain West. A sellout crowd at 7,220 feet for the Cowboys and the Ducks. With Jenny Dell on the sideline, Aaron Taylor, I'm Carter Blackburn. You can probably tell from that environment, this is just a straight-up fun college football game.
I think this is going to be a good one tonight. You have two teams that are looking to prove something to not only themselves, but to the rest of the country. We have contrasting styles, hurry-up playmakers on one side and tight ends and fullbacks on the other. I think this is going to be a fun game tonight that's going to be maybe a little bit more competitive than people think.
And two quarterbacks with a lot of eyeballs on them. But we begin with a running back, Royce Freeman, our Phillips 66 Athlete of the Week, because he's putting up numbers that will challenge most of Oregon's and many of the Pac-12's rushing records. But his quarterback, the sophomore Justin Herbert, is making some throws that are starting to turn heads.
He's starting to turn a lot of heads, including mine, completing 78% of his passes, throwing with pinpoint accuracy on time into small windows, giving his receivers an ability to run after the catch. But what's most impressive is how he's improved in his ability to scan the read. This is his third read and puts the ball into a bucket in the end zone for the first touchdown. Herbert is going to be a good one.
Taggart's Ducks 2-0, trying to turn Oregon back around the way he did at Western Kentucky and then South Florida. Meanwhile, for the Wyoming Cowboys, they also have a quarterback that has turned some heads. Josh Allen, mentioned as a potential #1 pick in the NFL draft. A lot of attention on this young man.
Half of the NFL is here. 16 teams, 21 scouts, all here to see what the fuss is about. Josh Allen has a live arm. He can make all the throws. He does things that other quarterbacks simply can't do. He can also extend plays, which makes him extra special. He's got the skill set, but he needs to continue to develop.
Craig Bohl now in his 4th season building Wyoming. They were picked last in their division in the Mountain West Conference last year. They won that division, played for the championship. And for more on Wyoming's building process, here's Jenny Dell.
Well, Carter, Coach Bohl is telling people to get to War Memorial Stadium, saying that there is going to be a game that you are going to want to tell your grandkids about. And with 30,000 fans in this stadium, and the Oregon Ducks in town. It might just be this game here tonight. Now, Coach Bowl told me the Cowboys took strides last year when they beat Boise State and San Diego State, but he said to knock off a nationally recognized team is something our players and fans would relish in. Guys, the last time a Pac-12 team played in Laramie was Oregon State. That was in 1993.
So for the first time in 24 years, a Pac-12 team visiting War Memorial Stadium in Laramie, Wyoming. Oregon won the toss and deferred. Aiden Schneider will eventually kick it off. With a little help. Schneider's kickoff from the 35. Handled inside the 5. It's Hall across the 20, and Hall gets to the 22-yard line. So the Wyoming Cowboys get the football first. Our Chick-fil-A starting lineups begin with Josh Allen. And the latest chapter in the Josh Allen hype buildup is now a little bit of that steam letting loose because of the way he played against Iowa. And so here versus Power 5 teams, 0-3, 3 TDs, 9 INTs, and that's why so many scouts are here to see him play against the Oregon Ducks.
And that was when he had a much better supporting cast than he does now, so the parallel to being drafted high to a team without support is a strong one tonight.
Milo Hall joins him in the backfield. Wyoming wants to run the football, play off of that. Very short gain on first down as we look at the rest of the Cowboys offense.
Establishing the run is something that's been elusive for Wyoming. It's going to be critical for them today. So keep your eye on a true freshman, Logan Harris. He's the center, along with right tackle Alonzo Velasquez. They've got some youth up there that's going to have to grow up real quick in a hurry because this Oregon Duck defense is much improved over a year ago.
Allen out of the shotgun, 2nd and 9. First throw. A bullet to the outside, complete short of the first down. It's Conway who makes the grab. We look at the Oregon defense.
Linebacker Troy Dye, true sophomore, started out as a safety, then moved to outside linebacker, now an inside linebacker. This young man is a smart, heady athlete. He likes to attack downhill. I think he can be a person that has the ability to make a huge difference, not only today, but all season long for the Ducks.
3rd and 4 with Conway in motion for Wyoming. Allen flushed out of the pocket. Allen scrambling, and he's dropped on the first 3rd down. Allen is dropped. Arion Springs, the corner, makes the stop. A 3 and out to begin for Josh Allen and the Cowboys.
Well, that drive started off with getting stuffed on first down. Nice completion on 2nd down, but nowhere to go. Josh Allen pulls the ball down. And that defense of Oregon, the thing that really stands out so far this year is how they run to the football. That's a perfect example. 3 and out is not how the Cowboys wanted to start.
Tim Zaleski to punt, hits it right around the 14. The very speedy Charles Nelson goes out of bounds near the 45. Excellent field position for the Oregon Ducks to begin. We'll see where they mark it out. I mean, right at the 45, our Chick-fil-A starting lineup for the Oregon Ducks. Justin Herbert, the sophomore from Eugene's Sheldon High School, began starting about midway through last year, his true freshman year. But when Willie Taggart took over, made Justin Herbert win the job all over again. So the conversation they had very early in camp, when Justin told us this week, he said, Coach Taggart basically said, it's okay for you to make a mistake. The team needs to see you bounce back when you have made a mistake. And he has been outstanding in the first 2 games of his sophomore year. 1st and 10 from the 45. Freeman on the left side, minimal gain. Let's look at the rest of the Duck offense.
Well, we just saw a very good running back, Royce Freeman, touch the football. But when it's in the air, keep your eye on number 6, Charles Nelson. He's a senior, he's a leader, and without question, he is the fastest player on this field tonight. They have to keep him in check.
Might be the fastest player on any field anywhere. Play fake. Herbert on the roll on 2nd and 9, complete, first down. Big pop, but it's complete for a first down as Johnson makes the grab.
Getting Justin Herbert outside the pocket was something that they wanted to be able to do. Good job getting the first down. This is something Oregon will do. They'll hit the gas pedal after the change move.
Gain of 11. It's now Willie Taggart's system, but they still go hurry up. So the handoff, Freeman breaking tackles inside the Wyoming 30. Malawiya finally makes the stop after a gain of 14.
One of the things that makes Freeman so good is he's got great vision. This is a power, but he decides to go backside where there are no blockers, and he made a good decision.
Gain of 25 on the last 2 plays. Why not give him to Freeman again? Still falling forward to the 21, but a flag is down. Marcus Epps makes the stop from safety, and now we check the flag. David Alvarez, our referee today.
Penalty's been a problem already this early season for Oregon.
Holding. Offense. Number 55. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. First down.
Last year they were 3rd worst in the nation, 122 yards a game and penalties. One of the many things that Willie Taggart's trying to clean up in 2017.
They've had 12 penalties in each of their last 2 games, over 103 yards a week ago against Nebraska.
So back it out to the 35, 1st and 16. Give it to Freeman again, left side. He is dropped in the backfield. And it's Robert Priester, the senior corner from Tampa, who makes the stop for a loss of 1. Let's look at the Wyoming defense.
What the coaches told me from Wyoming is Justin Herbert hadn't been hit yet. He hasn't been tested. So keep your eye on Kevin Prosser, 42, the best pass rusher from the outside on this field. This front 7 for Wyoming gave Iowa a lot of problems.
On 2nd and 17, Herbert to the air, complete. Inside the 30, loose football. Went out of bounds, Oregon keeps it. It's Breland who makes the catch, Priester who knocks it loose.
That's 2 plays in a row where Robert Priester comes up and lets it be known that he's not somebody to play with. This is a physical defense for Wyoming. Expect pressure here. They will sometimes bail, but they want to affect the quarterback.
Herbert on 3rd and 10 over the middle, complete inside the 20. It's Nelson who makes the grab. And Oregon converts after the holding penalty. 3rd and 10, that's a gain of 14.
It looked like Wyoming had trouble lining up, but they got some pressure, but it was late. Herbert is so good at his reads, he got rid of the football.
Herbert from the 15, hands off on the right side, nothing doing there. So Oregon has it inside the Wyoming 20. Our red zone brought to you tonight by Verizon. So 10 trips, 9 touchdowns. Stellar for Oregon so far in 2017.
6 trips a week ago against Nebraska. 5 of those ended in touchdowns.
On 2nd and 10, 8th play, Brooks James has stood up and driven back for a loss on 2nd down. It's Gaffon, the sophomore defensive tackle, leading the way.
Coaches told me that number 93 is a heck of a playmaker, does a good job coming from that backside. He has tremendous athleticism to be able to close with that speed. I think the old number 93 could be a person that these scouts are taking a look at as well. He's young, but I think he's got a high ceiling.
3rd and 11. Ducks converted on 3rd and 10 already. Opening drive for Justin Herbert and the Ducks. Complete inside the 5, 1st down. Nelson has it, 1st and goal, Oregon. See where they spot him inside the 5. It's a gain of 13. Halliburton finally makes the stop. That's twice they've converted on 3rd and 10 or longer.
And Herbert did an excellent job standing tall in that pocket and delivering with accuracy.
1st and goal. Herbert hands off. The push to the 1. 2nd and goal. Pillapil makes the stop on Royce Freeman.
Royce Freeman is a huge back. He's big, he's physical, he runs with power. Expect him to get the football again here going over the left side.
Freeman takes it, and he is in for the touchdown. An opening drive TD for Royce Freeman in Oregon. The Duck defense gets a stop. 3 and out. Short field. They convert twice on 3rd and long. Freeman into the end zone.
Possibly one of the strongest units on this Oregon team is its offensive line. Mario Cristobal, co-offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, really working in the offseason and fall camp to get these guys to bring more of a physical element to their game. No more of this position blocking. We want to get pads in their pads and drive through people, and they did that multiple times on that drive, but Wyoming got some wins there as well. This is going to be an interesting matchup.
Freeman's 7th rushing touchdown, 51st of his career. 4 plays of 10+. The Ducks convert on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, and they have already made their presence known in Laramie. 7-0, Oregon.
Being the incredibly busy man that I am, I've asked Chase Sapphire Reserve card members to scout the world to find my next vacation. Elton, what are you up to?
I'm having breakfast in Uganda.
Uganda, be kidding me, Elton. It's a joke.
James, we're gonna look for gorillas.
Hang on, what?
That's a real silverback gorilla.
Look at it. No, don't look at it. Stay, okay, shh, I'm freaking out.
Sapphire Reserve from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars.
Long live tradition. And long live the trucks capable of carrying them on. Ram, proven to last.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on all 2017 Ram 1500 models.
Everybody knows Enterprise picks you up. But can they solve all my transportation needs? Spoiler alert, they can.
You can buy from Enterprise Car Sales.
Sold. Car sharing. That's alarmingly sensible.
We even rent exotics.
That's good, because sometimes Mama wants to drive like a mother. Big trucks are kind of my jam. You guys make me feel so special.
Like a princess?
Exactly. Rent, buy, or share. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Verizon. Not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited. And by Chick-fil-A. Start game day strong with the new breakfast hash brown scramble bowl.
Now the crowd is ready for something for the Wyoming Cowboys, but it's been Oregon with a 3-and-out on defense, and then Freeman with a touchdown to give it a 7-0 lead. So Freeman with 51 touchdowns. That's more than anyone else. Active rushing TD leaders. Schneider kicks off. Touch back to the 25. So let's take a look at the Taylor tracks. A couple things you're keeping an eye on.
Yeah, these are some under-the-radar stats. Almost a weakness versus a weakness here. The Ducks allowing 6.2 yards on first down. That's 90th in the FBS. And the Wyoming Cowboys have to be better on first down. Only 1 yard on their first drive. First down success leads to third down success. Not a mystery to me. If you only get 1 yard, you go 3-and-out. Wyoming has to be better on first down today.
Kellen Overstreet is in the backfield with Josh Allen. 3-and-out first time they had it.
Empty set, 5 wide receivers.
Overstreet split out, so Allen flushed again. On the run again. Chased. Allen flings it downfield. It's incomplete. He had it at the 50-yard line, the tight end Mayfield, but it's incomplete.
This is a green dog blitz. Keep your eye on 35, Troy Dye. He sits there. He's kind of a spy. They only rushed 3 defensive linemen. Troy Dye misses a sack there. He got one a week ago, but throwing on the run is something that Josh Allen has done a pretty good job of, just a little bit too much mustard on that last one because that play had a chance.
That looks like a lot of the throws that he has made that got him this attention in the first place.
A little high step there at the end to get out of the good arms of Troy Dye. He's athletic.
Flag on 2nd and 10. False start on the offense. The Cowboys are sputtering to start.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 59, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Craig Bowl minced no words, saying, offensively, we are off the mark. I hope we can get there versus Oregon, but he's not pleased at all.
And he's made his mark being a physical football team, running the football in between the tackles. It sharpens the sword of his defense. They just haven't had the production they had a year ago with Brian Hill.
So Allen on 2nd and 15. Another deep shot. Receiver falls down. It's incomplete. Into 3rd and 15. And that one way over the head of Avante Cox, who fell down. He's a true freshman, one of the many pieces they're trying to replace. They have 4 guys who are on this offense that are in the NFL right now.
Yeah, 3 of their top 4 receivers from a year ago certainly not there, and that's why Josh Allen has to be at his best tonight. That was kind of a good miss right there because that ball wasn't on target, not even catchable. But here's another critical 3rd down. This is a situation that NFL scouts are really interested to see what he can do.
Allen 1 for 3 on 3rd down. On 3rd and 15, he steps up. Pocket collapsing. He zips it. Incomplete. Now 1 for 4. Misses again. This time intended for Akwali.
And I think Akwali may have got a little alligator arms on that. I really liked how Allen stayed in the pocket. That ball was off target and overthrown again. That's his 3rd for today. Uncatchable. Josh Allen needs to settle down a little bit and give his receivers a chance. You wonder how much of the pressure with all these scouts being here, old number 17 is feeling.
Nelson grabs it at the 45, makes the first man miss. But yet again, the Oregon offense will have a short field. The first time they took it at the 45, it was Royce Freeman barreling over some more opponents into the end zone to make it 7-0 Ducks. He'll get it back when we come back.
Hi, gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Spread sunshine all over the place. And put on a happy face.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Simple question. What are we looking at here? What is that? Gobbledygook. I don't get it. I don't care to. However, what's this? Is that a little sunshine? Golf ball? A brew dog? Don't mind if I do. Boom! Fist bump. Sounds like a pretty good day to me. How'd we get here? Golf book. Super easy. Click. Book the tee time. Click. Send the invites. Sunshine. Golf ball. Brew dog. Here it comes. Fist bump. Okay. That's a Fred talk.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Nearly a perfect start for the Oregon Ducks, 7-0 here in Wyoming. Each week, Jenny Dell will be getting on her phone and ringing up a notable person in the football world. So this week's ring the Dell, Jenny, with the Oregon ties.
Oh, yes. This week's call went out to NFL quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, Marcus Mariota. Now, Royce Freeman was a freshman when Marcus Mariota led the Ducks to that 2014 national championship run. Mariota told me Freeman is an incredible athlete, a great person, and said, when I was at Oregon, he did a great job in pass protection. He found ways to get out of the backfield, made plays in the passing game. And guys, he said, I'm always impressed with Freeman's physicality. He's very versatile and is just a talented all-purpose back.
Titans-Jags tomorrow on CBS. Much more on that coming up. But Royce Freeman with the 6 carries, 21 yards, and the touchdown, the 51st of his career. Last time Oregon had it. And here it's Herbert. Playing to the outside, that's Johnson across the 45. And Jenny, I know there was more of that conversation about Royce Freeman.
Yeah, I asked Mariota if Freeman makes other players around him better, and he said yes, it's because of the way he practices. He's always 100% all the time and puts in all the effort in doing the little things. Mariota said, I'm sure a lot of young players look up to him and can learn a lot from that guy.
Herbert on the draw on the outside, takes a big pop, but gets the first down. Malawia makes the stop as Oregon spreads them out to run Herbert up the middle. And this is almost a perfect scenario for Oregon. 7-0, you got a short field. The crowd is very quiet early.
Oregon's been very dominant on both sides of the football very early here. 2 3-and-outs. They only have 3 total yards, and Oregon seems to be getting into their groove here.
Herbert dropping on 1st and 10, completes to the outside. He is now, as Mitchell shakes his way inside the 25-yard line. Nice moves by Mitchell after the catch. Epps makes the stop.
You see Wyoming here making some personnel changes, but they're playing soft coverage. I think they have a healthy respect for the speed of Oregon, so they're giving big cushions, but they've got to tackle much better than they did on that last one if they're going to do so.
There's an injured Cowboy down, so pause now. Herbert, a perfect 6-for-6 start for the Oregon Ducks. The injured player is Jalen Ortiz, the senior from Peoria, Arizona, who plays the nickel Sam linebacker position for the Cowboys.
And that could be a big blow because of his experience. He's an athletic linebacker, a converted safety. He's undersized, only about 200 pounds, but you mentioned it, Carter, they use him a lot of nickel. When you have this much speed on the field, that's a very important position for this Cowboy defense.
So Chavez Pownell Jr., the junior from Tampa, Florida, will take his place. As Wyoming, who had confidence in their defense, really thought that they would be able to slow the Ducks, have not done it so far.
I tell you what, watching the Iowa tape getting ready for this game, that front seven dominated a very physical Iowa offensive line, so I felt good about them against the run, but the team speed against what Oregon brings to the table is where they've had their hands full. But Herbert's just making great and very fast decisions, so even though the defensive line in Wyoming has busted through up front, Herbert's getting rid of the ball so quickly it's kind of nullifying that pass rush, which puts a lot of pressure on the defensive backs.
On 1st and 10, play action again. Herbert flings to the outside, make it 7-for-7 as Johnson makes the grab inside the 10. 1st and goal, Oregon again.
There was not a Wyoming Cowboy defender within 10 yards of Johnson. It's just easy pitch and catch. This is like a 7-on-7 drill.
Out of the shotgun. Freeman on the left side, inside the 5. Wingard finally makes his presence known, bringing down Freeman at the 3.
So hard for the defense when you run tempo, and Oregon is bringing it again.
2nd and goal. Freeman on the right side, rolls over a defender and into the end zone. Touchdown again. 2nd of the 1st quarter for Royce Freeman. The 52nd of his Oregon career, and he did this with power across the goal line.
Good news, bad news for middle linebacker Logan Wilson. He filled his gap, but he didn't have his shoulder pads low enough to take on a bowling ball. And Royce Freeman runs behind his pads and gets his 2nd touchdown of the day. And Wyoming's kind of dug themselves into an early hole here. They've got to get something going offensively when they get this ball back.
So much of the advice for Josh Allen and for Justin Herbert has been the NFL can wait. Sundays can wait. That's exactly what Royce Freeman said this offseason. The NFL can wait. I got some more work to do as an Oregon Duck. 2 touchdowns on the board already.
We are not here to observe, to sit idly by, or watch from the stands. We are here for one reason, to leave a mark. Lexus High Performance with 5-liter V8s and Sport Direct shift transmissions. Experience a shift in the natural order. Experience amazing.
My night shift, my 5-hour.
My class, my 5-hour.
My business, my 5-hour.
My winning streak, my 5-hour.
My ride, my 5-hour. My deadline,
My run, my night off.
my life, my 5-hour.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Pan, 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 pan.
Pan, pan. You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
CDW brought IT orchestration to growing businesses across the city, increasing productivity like never before, which is amazing, unless you're a barista. CDW implemented Dell PowerEdge servers with Intel Xeon processors to allow people to work from anywhere. So lucky me. So nobody wants coffee!
Hey, can I get a couple copies?
Enhanced mobility by Dell. IT orchestration by CDW.
I'd say Oregon has adjusted to the altitude pretty well so far. 14-0 as we check in on Larry's Roadshow, brought to you by Dr. Pepper, focusing on War Memorial Stadium, where the Cowboys have won 8 straight regular season games. It is the highest elevation in the FBS at 7,220 feet. Western State, who plays Division II, higher elevation. Eugene, of course, 430 feet above sea level, so that was a question. I think the Ducks have kind of wiped that out early on.
It was interesting. Coach Taggart told us they considered going to a high school at 4,000 feet in Oregon in the middle of the week leading into this game, and then decided to punt an audible and not do it. They didn't feel that doing that would kind of put too much focus on it, and it's clear that he made the right decision, because I agree with you, Carter. It's had zero effect, and I tell you what, it's hard up here sometimes just walking up the 5 or 6 steps we got.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Oh, come on now.
Speak for yourself. Hiking, chair pose. Aiden Snyder's kickoff. That'd be a touchback. Josh Allen has struggled early.
Well, his greatest asset is his arm strength and his escapability. We see great ability to extend the play, but right here he overthrows a wide open receiver. To me, it seems like all of his misses tonight are overthrows. His best asset is his arm strength. I think he's relying too much on that, possibly because he's pressing. He doesn't have the supporting cast. He needs to be at his best tonight. I think the best thing he can do is take a deep breath, settle down, and play pitch and catch with what the defense gives him.
Wyoming back-to-back 3-and-outs to begin, looking for their first down against the Ducks. Overstreet, left side, 1.5 yards to your point on first down. If you're asking Josh Allen to bail you out a 3rd and long every time, you're in trouble.
That's really been the thing that's hurt him a lot, is that it is all on him. Aside from Brian Hill and those 3 receivers, Chase Roulier is no longer here. All those guys are playing in the NFL. They've got a couple true freshmen on this offensive line, but without a running game, the defense doesn't have to respect your ability to pass, because they can play 2 safeties back there all day long.
So 3rd possession, 5 yards. Quick hitter to the outside. That's Conway on the edge, but only gets a couple. You're in 3rd and 6 again on just the 2nd completion by Allen.
Cowboys taking a page out of Oregon's book, trying to run a quick bubble screen out there. But nice job by the defensive backs of Oregon to kind of fight across those blocks. This is something they see every day in practice, and brings up another 3rd and long situation for the quarterback that has a lot of attention on him tonight.
the junior from Firebaugh, California. 0 offers out of high school. Allen on 3rd and 6. Stands, delivers. Big hit, but a first down at last for Wyoming. They called it incomplete. It is incomplete. Boy, oh boy. Cox couldn't hang on. Robinson makes a stop, dislodging it. Cox couldn't hang on, and it's another 3 and out.
This is the type of throw that has NFL scouts excited. It was on time. It was perfectly located. It was low so he could protect it. But again, that supporting cast we talked about reared its ugly head again.
There wasn't much dislodging either. Cox just nearly dropped it, and that was nearly blocked. Fair catch called for Nelson. Bobbles it, loose football. Cowboys have it inside the 25-yard line. So a special teams blunder. Nelson muffs the punt. Down 14-0. Finally, something goes Wyoming's way.
That's the exact thing that Wyoming needed to have happen. Nothing going on offense, can't get a stop on defense, but the third phase of special teams and an unforced error by the Oregon Ducks gives them the ball in great field position, which could put them right back inside this ball game.
Drew Van Manen, a captain, the fullback for the Wyoming Cowboys, gets that fumble recovery. So now the crowd here at War Memorial Stadium comes back to life with Josh Allen and the Cowboy offense at the Oregon 25. Van Manen in the backfield with Hall. Play fake. Allen zips it, incomplete again at the 10. Intended for Mayfield again.
Again, that ball was a little high. It was coming in fast, but Mayfield's got to be able to bring that one down. He got separation. It hits him right in his hands. He just doesn't catch it. I like the play call, being aggressive after a sudden change situation, and I like the decision to put the ball in Josh Allen's hands.
So Wyoming without a first down has it at the Oregon 25. High snap, handled. Hall takes it, breaks free inside the 20, slipping away from an Oregon defender inside the 15-yard line. Hall pushes to the 11 for a gain of 14, the longest rush of the year for the Wyoming Cowboys.
This is going to be a power. They pull the backside guard. Good double teams. Look at the patience right there. That defense just opens up. Milo Hall, who's been a little tentative running the football. Wyoming has been waiting for a running back to emerge. That was a huge run after a sudden change situation. Let's see what they dial up on first down, something they've struggled with so far this game. In the red zone, they've got to be better.
1st and 10 from the 11. Give it to Hall again. Only a yard as he gets to the 10.
That snap was a little high. I don't know if it threw the timing off, but backside, there were some defensive linemen that crossed the face of Wyoming. You've got to smack that ball up in there. You're on the boundary side now. I think another run, play action, and get Josh Allen out to the outside on a bootleg, maybe to the left, would be a good play call here to get him in space and find an open receiver, give him a two-way go to make a play with his legs.
Allen stands, flings incomplete. That was a miss intended for C.J. Johnson. Arion springs in coverage. 3rd down again.
He was there. It looked like the receiver kind of sat down on that ball instead of coming. He's got to fight through. C.J. Johnson just kind of waits there. When that ball's coming out quickly, it was good tight coverage. You have to shield the ball with your body, and he just didn't do that.
Cowboys 0 for 3 on 3rd down. 3rd and 9 after the special teams blunder by Oregon. Allen out of the shotgun. Allen steps up. Allen with room to run. Touchdown, Wyoming. Allen takes it himself. Just what Josh Allen and Wyoming needed. A short field and a boost of confidence. Allen with the rushing touchdown to make it 14-6.
We were worried about him being too amped up. Sudden change, a turnover. Allen uses his legs. I think we're going to see much better quarterback play moving forward at a number 17.
Cooper Ross, PAT is good. It was Nelson with the muff of the punt. Recovered by the Cowboys. Allen and the Wyoming offense, finally a chance to celebrate.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith. Or this John Smith. Or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy sh!
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
Away. Away is the smell of victory. And the smell of burgers. Away is always having home field advantage, even when you're miles away from home. Find your Away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
What an unlikely football journey it has already been. From Firebaugh, California, in the valley of the San Joaquin, nobody offered him. So the Reedley Community College, Wyoming says not only we'll offer you, we think that you can be the leader of our program and lead a Wyoming football resurgence. And that's exactly what Josh Allen did last year, his first as a starter. He was injured 2 years ago. He's only played 1 year as a starter. Finally a touchdown on the board to make it 14-7. Touchback. Please help those affected by disasters. Visit redcross.org for more information. And in our visit with Willie Taggart this week, question number one is, how is all of his family doing in Florida? I'm happy to report that everyone is doing fine in the Taggart family. And I'll tell you what, with Willie Taggart at Oregon, it's 2 games in. They're 2-0. That's a very good start. We know they didn't score in the second half against Nebraska. But Willie Taggart has already brought his stamp to this football program.
Without question, he's changed the culture, and you can see it on film, particularly on the defensive side. The way that they run to the football and up front on the offensive line, there's a physicality that hasn't been here at Oregon for a while.
There's an injured Cowboy down. We're waiting to make sure we have it 100%. Adam Pillipil, the junior linebacker from Torrance, California. We saw Jalen Ortiz, the Sam linebacker, go down earlier. Pillipil able to get back up and head to the sideline. Oregon had short fields its first 2 possessions. Turned those into touchdowns by Royce Freeman. Now they have it at their own 25, and we'll see if the Wyoming defense can finally show up. Benoit's in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Nelson on the sweep, and he is ridden down by the guy they called Dewey, Andrew Wingard. And Nelson is slow getting off. The fleet of foot Charles Nelson slow getting back up for the Ducks.
You see Andrew Wingard from that backside coming across is just a simple fly sweep. Does a good job coming up, but he's a little bit slow to get up and holding on to that that right lower extremity. Looks to be in some pain here.
Big weapon out for the Ducks. 2nd and 8. Backing up, setting up the screen. It's incomplete. Bringing up 3rd down. Incomplete on the screen with Nelson on the sideline. The Ducks facing 3rd and 8.
Well, it would be fitting. The special teams did their job, got a turnover. The offense scores. Now it's a turn for this defense. With 8 returning starters, it was 10th in the Mountain West Conference a year ago, to make some noise here, and the crowd's on their feet trying to help.
That was the first incompletion for Justin Herbert. They've been perfect on 3rd down so far.
I like this. They're showing blitz. They may drop out. Herbert's getting rid of the football so quickly. I think bailing out and trying to confuse them is the move here.
On 3rd and 8, pressured and sacked at the 21. The football is out. The football is loose. Granderson gets home on Herbert. Sorting out the bottom of the pile, waiting for the official signal.
Wyoming only brought 4 and got home, Carter.
David Alvarez and they still haven't signaled. Herbert and the offense still out there. It's 4th down. Here it is.
It's a fumble recovered by the defense.
There it is, Wyoming football without a signal. Cowboys football. The 2nd turnover by Oregon if it stands. Granderson brought the pressure, forced the fumble. Prosser got on top of it.
They're going to run a game over here. It's a simple stunt. The last thing you can do as an offensive lineman is let somebody get to your hip. Great job by Malaulu, and it's Granderson that comes around. This offensive line that's been so good finally gets home. They said that they wanted to test Herbert. He hasn't been hit at all this year. Wyoming defense brought 4 players and found a way to get Justin Herbert onto the ground and created a huge turnover. That is the style of play that head coach Craig Bohl was talking about in his office with us yesterday. He was really excited about this unit.
And the previous play, as expected, is under review. And this is the sole discretion of the replay official, Rich Cullen, in the booth here at the stadium. So this is his call. And I think at the bottom of the pile to say you're going to somehow find indisputable video evidence in the middle of that pile, I mean, is on the recovery. But step 1, is it a fumble? Is Herbert's backside down?
It's down. It's not a fumble. I think this is going to be overturned. It's certainly a sack and a heck of a play. But to me, it looked like Herbert goes down. He's in control of the ball. And it's when he hits the ground and that left elbow hits, that's when the ball dislodges. I think this is going to be overturned, and Oregon's going to have a chance to punt it here.
I think this is a tough one to find a clear picture on, because, I mean, you don't know where the football is out there. Again, the ruling on the field is fumble recovered by Wyoming after a long discussion on the field.
You need definitive evidence to be able to overturn it. To me, it looked like he had possession in his left arm. He should have 2 arms over it, but the rush showed up so quickly. He only had it in his left arm. His bottom cheek, left cheek hits first, then his elbow. To me, that's when it looks like the ball dislodges, but you have to have a good shot of it that shows exactly that that's the case.
That was precision analysis, by the way. I mean, to the detail.
The gluteus?
Mm-hmm. The way the rule book phrases it is, when any part of the ball carrier's body, except his hand or foot, touches the ground, the ball is declared dead. So if that backside, we literally have the fans turning to us saying, what do you think? And I think the answer is not sure. If the ruling on the field stands, a Wyoming offense that has done virtually nothing against the Ducks will get another short field on another takeaway and a chance to tie it after Oregon was dominating this game. The special teams mistake set up the first touchdown, and now what's been ruled so far, a fumble by Herbert.
Oh, and oh, by the way, Milo Hall had a 10-yard run in there. When you can run the football, it opens up lots of things for the offense. Those two things go hand in hand.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Wow.
First down.
Stands rather than confirm, basically saying may have been down, may have been a fumble, but the ruling on the field was fumble. Wyoming recovery, and the Cowboys get a huge boost. The football 1st and 10 at the Oregon 21. And you said the touchdown by Allen would change his outlook for this football game.
And now he's got the exact same situation. Another turnover in the red zone, this time 4 yards closer than the last time. Let's see what the young gunslinger can pull out of his hat now.
Overstreet in the backfield with Allen. Toss it. Conway, he wants to throw it back. He has Allen. Allen inside the 30-yard line. Allen rolling inside the 20. All of that for a gain of 2. Let's go back to the fumble because it's such a huge play.
I thought Granderson did a nice job of getting him down on the ground, but to me, look right there, the ball's inside of his hand. He's got possession of it. It's when his elbow hits that it dislodges it effectively. The ground caused that fumble.
And yet Wyoming football. Now what can the Cowboys do with it? 2nd and 8 at the 19. The trick play nets only 2. Shift to the left side. Allen keeps it on 2nd and 8. Trying to find the edge with a stiff arm. He dives. Graham rides him out of bounds on a tough tackle. He'll be short of the first down. 3rd and short coming after 2 Josh Allen plays. Neither of them throws.
That is either a design keeper or Josh Allen made the wrong read. The defensive end stayed right up there at the field, but Allen was so fast, he was able just to run around the left side and get them in a very 3rd and makeable situation. Part of me wants to see play action here. This offensive line struggled, but you got to feed the big guys.
There's a little play fake. It's knocked and incomplete. Batted away and incomplete at the line of scrimmage. And it's Jonah Moy who bats it away, bringing up 4th down. Here comes the kicking unit.
He's coming up off the edge. Just a well-timed play by Moy. Watched him warm up. He's extremely athletic. They did go with play action. I like the play call, but it was just a better defensive stop by the Ducks here that hang on. Give credit to this defense. After another turnover deep inside the red zone, they've given themselves at least a 4-point advantage. Let's see if they can do something here and keep another 3 off.
Good hold. 30-yard field goal is good. Nick Spoor gets the hold down. Cooper Roth boots it through. It was 14-0 Oregon. Now, Wyoming in the ball game.
Away is where curiosity can run its course. Where little feet run wild. Where laughter runs rampant. And adventure runs in the family. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
Ducks lead the Cowboys 14-10. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Quick update on wide receiver Charles Nelson for Oregon. Trainers were looking at that right ankle. They just built him some crutches. He's currently getting carted off the field. I'm told he is out for now. They're going to reevaluate, and he may return, guys.
Well, a smile on his face, that's a big one. You saw Justin Herbert coming over there to try and give him encouragement. This is an almost totally new receiving core for Oregon. Charles Nelson, the only returning receiver with more than 4 catches. And the speedy wide receiver and punt returner for Oregon carted off. The Ducks, that's one of their main guys who's leaving the field here in Laramie.
Without question, one of the favorite targets of Justin Herbert. 200 yards so far receiving in this year, 100 yards per game through the first 2 weeks. It's his explosivity, his ability to catch and extend and run with the ball in his hands after it's in the air that makes him so special. He's going to be missed if he can't come back.
Cooper Roth about the field goal, kicking it off. No relation to Phillip. always dangerous Tony Brooks-James lets that one go for a touchback. 14-10, Oregon on Wyoming. Everything from the field through fantasy, and I do mean absolutely everything, tops a fresh spin on your morning pregame show. Join Prime Time Adam Shine and the panel of experts. That other pregame show presented by Kubota right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So a nearly perfect start for Oregon, 14-0. Then a special teams mistake. Then the fumble by Herbert. And now Scotty Hazelton's Wyoming defense starting to get some confidence.
They're getting lathered up. We got a quiet little battle going on at the line of scrimmage. I'm not surprised by this. I'm really interested to see how this continues to develop.
Herbert pumps. The time to throw on the roll. Herbert still behind the line. Now he's going to scramble. Tripped up as he crosses the 30. Pownell Jr. on the stop.
No place to go, no place to throw. Very good coverage. It's a cover 3, a 3-deep zone. Nobody was underneath and nobody got deeper than the deepest. Nice job on first down by Wyoming.
Handoff, Freeman. Not much there on second down as Johanna Gaffon, the sophomore, Grand Island, Nebraska. I think you're right. He is starting to turn some heads as well.
Yes, he is. And this is a 3rd and short situation. A week ago, Oregon was 7 for 14 on third down, feed 21.
Herbert pulls it, takes it, reads it right, and dives forward to the 40 to convert on 3rd and 2.
Interesting play call here. I like it. It's clearly effective. Everybody, including myself, was keyed in on Royce Freeman for good reason. Justin Herbert makes a great read, and that's 2 plays in a row. He single-handedly, with his legs, extended that drive and moved the chains.
30 seconds to go in the first quarter. On 1st and 10, Freeman popped in the backfield and dropped. Andrew Wingard, the junior from Arvada, Colorado. His dad was a punter for Nebraska. Wingard looks the part of the safety for Wyoming.
And he walked up to the line of scrimmage. He's an extra defender. They're running a counter where they pull the backside guard and tackle to get up there on some double teams. But when you have an unblocked defender, it's really hard to make something happen. And now Oregon's behind the chains.
After a 14-0 start by Oregon, 2 Duck turnovers turn into 10 points for the Wyoming Cowboys. And the once quiet sellout crowd here at War Memorial Stadium on their feet again. 14-10, end of 1 on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder.
Give you some factoids.
Back-to-back weeks, a tie in the NFL. No points.
Oh, my goodness. How about that?
Start your Sunday mornings with that other pregame show at 8 on CBS Sports Network.
Because we got these guys and 4 hours to get you ready.
Did you know Enterprise rents trucks? They do.
I can still rent a car for my entourage. I can share a car just like a real millennial. Or buy one from Enterprise Car Sales.
Nice one, Dad.
Thanks, TV family. They even rent exotic cars. Hello. Not my TV family. Plus, Enterprise picks me up. Rent, buy, or share. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars.
Long live tradition, and long live the trucks capable of carrying them on. Ram, proven to last.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on all 2017 Ram 1500 models.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Ooh, yeah.
Our Chick-fil-A fan camp from the top of the FBS. They know how to do it here in Laramie, Wyoming. And when they play Cowboy Joe, watch out at Jonah Field at War Memorial Stadium. It's not all Cowboy Joe, though. I mean, you think about the music around there, the Patty Fiasco, Teenage Bottle Rocket, Whippoorwill, a lot going on around the Laramie area. 14-10, Oregon scored the first 14. Wyoming came back with 10. Wyoming scored 10 points on only 41 yards of offense. First play of the second quarter, second down for Justin Herbert and the Ducks. Pressured again, zips it complete across the 50. It's Johnson who makes the grab, and now Johnson finding his way to near the 42-yard line. Some shoving back and forth. It's a gain of 20.
There's a perfect example of the maturity of Justin Herbert from a year ago. Look at him looking to his right. 1, 2, 3, bam! Comes back to his fourth read. That's the maturity and the evolution in this young man's game. That was his third read. He's not a one read and tuck it type of guy for a spread offense. He's got a high football IQ.
The QB battle going Justin Herbert's way. So is the running back battle. Freeman, who already has 2 rushing touchdowns today, bowls his way to the 31. Another gain of 11.
And that was a missed tackle by Cash Malawia right there in the hole. You've got to make that. But unfortunately, he misses it, and Freeman does the rest. He's not going to get arm tackled.
Freeman again, left side. Willie Taggart said, yeah, the best recruiting job was getting him to come back for his senior year. You think about 4 running backs taken in the last 3 years in the first round. You may be looking at another first-round pick in Royce Freeman.
Yeah, he was really banged up a year ago, had a shoulder injury, a thigh injury, and his production dropped, but he's clearly healthy now.
2nd and 8. Here comes Wingard. Shoved out of the way. Herbert, incomplete. Looking to the post. Looking for Breland.
That time they brought some pressure, brought 5 to 4 down and a linebacker. And that forced an errant throw, but it was also pretty good coverage. He wanted to hit the skinny post, but it wasn't there.
Just the second incompletion by Herbert. Forcing 3rd and 8.
Scotty Hazelton, every 3rd down, showing blitz, they back out. How many do they bring? Just 4.
Herbert pressured anyway, stepping up. Herbert's going to take the pop, fall forward. He gets to the 21, so now you're going to have 4th and a yard from the 21. Malawia and Gaffon on the stop.
Oregon a year ago would always go for 2 after touchdowns. I don't even think they hesitated. Their offensive line's dominating feed 21, but you have to be alert for the quarterback keeper here.
4th and 1. Schooler finally finds his spot. Freeman gets the handoff near the first down. This will be close.
It's going to be really close, but the way that official ran in, it looks like he's got it.
And now
officials timeout for measurement.
Oregon's lined up ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
They think they've got the first down, and you don't slow down the Ducks.
No, and that's exactly what they want to do. And this offense is largely predicated on getting first downs and getting the gas pedal. Kind of catches the defense off guard, so they're conditioned. Once we get a first down, whether we think it or not, get back up on the ball and let's run another play.
Here comes the measurement. That's first down. 1st and 10, Oregon from the 20.
There's a good battle going on when they need yards. Oregon historically has run left for good reason. Tyrell Crosby over there, 320 pounds. And Shane Lemieux 6'4", 317 pounds. There's a lot of beef on that side. It can get things going.
Crosby and Lemieux, Pittsburgh Penguin fans, love the left side of the... 9 plays on this drive, 55 yards. Herbert has 3 rushes.
They've been effective ones.
Herbert play fake. Flings to the end zone, incomplete. Just misses.
That was a beautiful corner route. It was blocked well up front. He had plenty of time. He stepped into it. We showed at the beginning a very similar route where he dropped the ball in the bucket, but that's one of the rare off-target throws we've seen by Tim tonight.
Remember how we talked about the Oregon receiving corps is young? That's McNeil, a true freshman, playing out there. Charles Nelson carted off.
Second and 10 after an incompletion typically is a run, so you can get some positive yards and have a makeable third down. Let's see what Oregon does here.
Lakelock winding down. Give it to Freeman. Left side. Slips through. Knocks a defender over as he gains 9 on second down.
It really looks like Oregon's liking to run left. Also, Kevin Prosser, we highlighted him in the starting lineups, only 227 pounds.
3rd and 1. Freeman again. First down, 1st and goal inside the 10. Oregon hurries up to get that 4th down. They get just enough. And as soon as the chains are moved, the Ducks are on the roll. Now 1st and goal.
If you're the defense, you have to forget about it, line back up and make a play.
Herbert pulls it. Room to run. Herbert, touchdown, Oregon. Justin Herbert into the end zone. The 3rd rushing touchdown of the first half for the Oregon Ducks. So after the 2 turnovers, 1 on special teams, 1 on the fumble by Herbert, and 10 straight for Wyoming, Herbert leads the longest drive for the Oregon Ducks.
That's the respect you have to have for Royce Freeman. They crashed inside. He's been gashing them. Perfect read on the zone read, and Herbert shows you he's got some athleticism too. Punches another one in.
Aiden Schneider PAT to make it 21-10. Justin Herbert from Eugene's Sheldon High School, the Fighting Irish. His FBS offers Nevada and Oregon, and as the Duck quarterback into the end zone, and a 21-10 lead in Laramie.
We just got to take it 1 game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Being the incredibly busy man that I am, I've asked Chase Sapphire Reserve card members to scout the world to find my next vacation. Elton, what are you up to?
I'm having breakfast in Uganda.
Uganda, be kidding me, Elton. It's a joke.
James, we're gonna look for gorillas.
Hang on, what?
That's a real Silverback gorilla.
Look at it. No, don't look at it. Stay, okay, shh, I'm freaking out.
Sapphire Reserve from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy sh!
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
CDW brought IT orchestration to growing businesses across the city, increasing productivity like never before, which is amazing, unless you're a barista. CDW implemented Dell PowerEdge servers with Intel Xeon processors to allow people to work from anywhere. So lucky me. So nobody wants coffee!
Hey, can I get a couple copies?
Enhanced mobility by Dell. IT orchestration by CDW.
3 touchdowns for Oregon. They crowd surfed their way in the end zone 3 times, all of them rushing TDs. Let's check in with Jenny.
There, Carter, some issues for the Wyoming linebackers, Jalen Ortiz and Adam Pillipole. It looked like Ortiz went down at the beginning of the first quarter. He hasn't come back out of the locker room. It looked like he got his bell rung a little bit there. And as far as Adam Pillipole goes, he just went into the locker room. Looks like trainers were looking at his hip area.
All right, Pillipole injured on special teams. Thank you, Jenny. We've seen Charles Nelson go down for Oregon, and Ortiz and Pillipole out of the game right now for Wyoming. Rico Gafford back to return the kickoff from Aiden Schneider. Touchback to the 25 for Wyoming. Monday, 6 Eastern, our roster of former pro quarterbacks. Breaking down the second week of the NFL, get you inside the minds of the biggest stars in football. I know my man Trent Green went and saw U2 this week at Arrowhead. Maybe he'll fill you in on that. NFL Monday QB, delivered by FedEx only on CBS Sports Network. So Josh Allen had the touchdown run. That was on the short field. The 2 scores by Wyoming have come off Oregon takeaways. Now they have it at their 25, and Josh Allen is still yet to find a rhythm. He goes under center with Woods with them in the backfield. Only 2 for 9. Woods on the right side. The Oregon native breaks it, shoving his way to near the 40-yard line. The true freshman from North Bend, Oregon, who was not offered by the Ducks, running with a little extra steam.
Yeah, it was head coach Craig Bohl said, hey, he was a converted linebacker. We needed somebody in the backfield that looked like a dude and would run the football. Trey Woods is certainly that. He brings some size and a big boy element to this running game, and it was effective on his first touch.
Gain of 14. Give it to Woods again, and he is driven back. Woods moved from linebacker 3 weeks ago, looking for answers at running back. They hope that Trey Woods is that answer.
And that wasn't blocked very well that time, but he's got to smack it up in there a little bit more. That's a little bit of his inexperience. And you see when it gets to 2nd and long and 3rd and long situations, because he just got moved, Carter, he's not trustworthy yet in pass protection. So that could be an indicator to the defense that when 6 is in there, it's a run because they pull him out when it's a pass.
Only 10 passing yards on 2 completions for Josh Allen. So 2nd and 9. Stands, delivers. It is incomplete. Off the hands and incomplete. This, to your point, Aaron, about his teammates have to do something to help Josh Allen.
Now that ball was admittedly high, but Josh Harshman has to catch it. I mean, he throws the ball hard. It was on the near hash. It's a simple sit down, but that ball hits him right in his hands. He scans, he reads, bam, pulls up, shows you that arm strength. He's got to jump and catch it, but man, hand catch it and get a nice gain. His receivers are not helping him. Josh Allen's targets have been off a little bit, but the receivers are seriously compounding.
3rd and long again. Only 1 3rd down conversion. Allen hit as he throws, loose football. It's incomplete. Allen down on the field at the 35. Jalen Jelks delivers the blow on Allen as he throws.
That's his right shoulder. Remember, he was banged up in the first couple games, getting knocked around against Iowa on his non-throwing shoulder. But he is clearly favoring that right arm. And that's not good because that's a pretty important one for this Wyoming offense.
In his 2nd game as a Cowboy 2 years ago, took a brutal hit requiring reconstructive surgery on his left arm. That one right as he throws.
Yeah, it gets hit. He didn't get hit. It got grabbed as he's going to throw. That puts a lot of torque and pressure on that shoulder capsule. It's the very same injury that Ron Pallas missed the entire year.
First down, Oregon.
What?
So,
buddy, you're going to review that.
That's David Alvarez's mic open. We got a ruling of a fumble on the field. Oregon football, fumbled by Allen, recovered by Oregon. Obviously, we will look at this.
The ruling on the field of every fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
All right, let's look.
His arm, to me, appears to be going forward, and it gets hit right there at the end. You see him grab it. That doesn't even look close to me. I understand that they're wanting to take a look at it, but to me, that arm, he's cocked back, he's got a quick release. It's starting to move forward when he gets grabbed, which is what causes the injury. I don't even know why we're reviewing this, Carter. To me, that's pretty cut and dry. That looks like an incomplete pass. It should be 4th down. But who knows, the officials missed one when...
Yep, and the bigger question is Allen with that right hand. When a player's holding the ball to pass it forward, any intentional movement of his hand or arm with the ball firmly in his control starts the forward pass. And then the rulebook goes on to say, when in question, the ball is passed and not fumbled. I don't understand how that is called a fumble on the field. And it's certainly, I mean, this has to be overturned. Now, Allen's popped back up. He's grabbing the football. He's testing that right hand. That's good news for Wyoming. Wyoming has to hope Allen's okay and that this is overturned. It is called a fumble. I just have to say, I mean, the fact that it was called a fumble on the field was confusing to begin with. That, to me, that's a forward pass. I mean, like I said, that's the fumble recovery as it stands right now.
And look at Hodgkins. He nonchalantly picks up the ball. Nobody on Oregon's team believes that that was a fumble of any sort. Makes me wonder whether or not there was a whistle that got blown.
And here again, when in question, the ball is passed and not fumbled. That's clearly a question. That's clearly a pass. This should be overturned. We'll see if the replay booth agrees with us that that's an incomplete pass rather than a fumble.
And I'll take this moment to say that Alonzo Velasquez, one of the 2 true freshmen that we mentioned during starting lineups at the beginning of this game, got overpowered on that rush, and his defender was allowed to recover and caused the play that is now in question.
A lone look by Rich Collin, the replay official here at the stadium. It's his call. This, I think, is clear cut. We'll find out.
After further review, the quarterback's arm started forward with possession of the ball. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass. Therefore, it will be 4th and 9 from the 40-yard line.
Wyoming is really happy that that's an incomplete pass. I mean,
a turnover is one thing, but that could be a turnover to your season if you lose the right arm with Josh Allen. They certainly dodged one of those bullets, and we'll have to wait till the next offensive series to see if they dodge the other one.
Charles Nelson not back. He's out of the game for Oregon. So it's Dylan Mitchell back to receive the punt from Tim Zaleski. Low kick, bounces at the 25. It'll be down inside the 20. Josh Allen on the Wyoming sideline. We'll see if he's ready to come back out the next time for the Cowboys.
My night shift, my 5-hour.
My class, my 5-hour.
My business, my 5-hour.
My winning streak, my 5-hour.
My ride, my 5-hour. My deadline,
My run?
My night off.
my life, my 5-hour.
I'm ambitious. I will not hide it.
We will not hide it.
We embrace ambition. Women are made to be ambitious.
I will dream big.
Big, without hesitation.
We will take risks. Not live in fear.
We will rise together.
Rise above the negativity.
No longer will ambition in a woman
Be seen as a negative.
Be persistent.
Don't apologize.
Never give up on your goals and dreams.
We will model ambition
For our daughters.
And our sons.
I will help women around the world,
The whole world.
to succeed.
You have to persevere.
hard. Women are tough.
Strong.
Powerful. We have got to be a part of this conversation.
Ambition is feminine.
Ambition is empowering.
Ambition is not a dirty word. I can think of a lot of dirty words. Ambition's not one of them.
Ambition is sexy.
Ambition is very sexy.
What's your ambition?
To help women build empires.
Help more women run for office.
Empower women financially.
Help women entrepreneurs.
Create powerful images.
Change people's lives.
Fight gender stereotypes.
Equality for all.
For all of us to lean
Why is
in
that?
together.
Is this Capital One credit? Why is that really free for everyone? Credit-wise is free.
Take the
Like
stigma
what?
out of the word
Unless it's
ambition.
bottled. Then it's like, why am I paying for water?
Own your
free. So the
drive.
app is
Own
really
your
free.
dreams. Own your
for
dreams.
everyone.
No
including you.
judgments.
No judgments.
We own it. Take the pledge.
Take the pledge.
Take the pledge. Embrace ambition.
Embrace ambition.
Will you?
Unfortunately, Josh Allen has been used to this. Iowa, week 1, sacked 3 times. He was battered. And now the Oregon Ducks are coming after him in the same manner.
If you're a defensive player, it's the best play in football. Needed the quarterback on 3. That was certainly the case in Iowa. Tonight they've done a relatively good job blocking for him up front, but the right tackle, Lonzo Velasquez, gets beat, and Jalen Jelks, 97, grabs the right arm, the throwing arm of Josh Allen, right as he's throwing the football, which puts a lot of pressure on that shoulder capsule. It's going to be imperative tonight that he can come back, not only for tonight's game, but for the entire season, possibly.
2 for 11 for Josh Allen. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert executing.
A lot of drops.
Play fake, Herbert from his own 7, airs it out, downfield, bobbled, incomplete. McNeil couldn't hold it in. We check with Jenny.
Looks like some good news for Josh Allen. Trainers were looking at his right shoulder and they were asking him to flex his right hand, but he just gave his teammates the thumbs up. He had his headset on, and it looks like he'll be able to return in the game, guys.
Very good news for Allen and the Cowboys.
Yeah, you have your rotator cuff in there, the labrum's in there. There's a lot of little tiny support muscles that can go south in a hurry when you get your arm grabbed like that for a quarterback. That's really good news for the Cowboys.
Brooks James, left side, gain of only 2. Wingard again coming down to make the stop and force Oregon into 3rd down.
Wingard is playing around the line of scrimmage. I think they're using him like a linebacker, putting some pressure on the corners and the other safety, who I think is a heck of a player, Marcus Epps. He's been quiet today, but with the injuries to Wilson and Ortiz, or Pillipil and Ortiz.
Herbert pump. Herbert looking long, incomplete. He is now 1 for his last 6. And the Cowboy defense starting to get to Oregon.
Nice job of Wyoming getting themselves off the field. The Cowboys offense hasn't been one that scored a ton of points so far this year, averaging 15 per game coming in here. They're about at that threshold. That was a really important stop for the Cowboys.
First punt for Oregon. Adam Stack, the freshman from Honolulu. Austin Conway back, flags down. And I do mean multiple flags.
It's going to be interesting to see what Wyoming comes back with on offense. They've got to give a short throw, something that doesn't take a lot of torque, I think, to be able to toss or trust and test, I should say, rather, that right arm of Josh Allen. But that lack of run game is really starting to show up, especially if you've got a quarterback who's got an injured chicken wing.
That's false start. That's a false start on the referee and the offense. But Alvarez. Okay, false start. And now Stack will have to punt from his own goal line. Austin Conway back near midfield. Stack gets it off. From the 42, Conway across midfield. Conway gets it to the 43-yard line. There are flags down, and there's a scrum at the end of that play. Oregon was trying to get the football out of there, and now they have to get Wyoming back to the sideline. The Wyoming coaches are back there to get their players back to the sideline, back to the sideline. Oregon was trying to rip that football loose away from Conway, and feelings got bruised.
If you're Wyoming, that's going to get the crowd right back in this. Unfortunately, they're going to be on offense, so they can't get too much into it. But those sort of things can light a fire underneath an offense that hasn't played well. Oregon's trying to pick a fight. This Craig Bohl coach team is one that will happily accept that invitation.
And one of the issues you have to think is there going to be an additional penalty for leaving? That's personal foul, face mask on Wyoming. First down. And apparently that's it. Sending us to a timeout. 21-10. Josh Allen and the Cowboys have work to do as the Ducks and the Cowboys mixing it up.
We are not here to observe, to sit idly by, or watch from the stands. We are here for one reason: to leave a mark. Lexus High Performance with 5-liter V8s and Sport Direct shift transmissions. Experience a shift in the natural order. Experience amazing.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith. Or this John Smith. Or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Pan, 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 pan.
Pan, pan. You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Tank 5. 1 in 5 chance of winning. One of us quintuplets should win.
You hear that, Jeff? You bet I did. Jake?
Sure did. How about you, Jason? You hear that, bro?
Yep.
How about you, Gene?
Yeah, no, I got it. Makes sense. 1 in 5, yep.
Sorry, bro.
Whatever.
Tank 5. Fill your tank. Scratch a card. 1 in 5 wins. Conoco.
Brent Stover in New York, one play after Clemson converts on a 4th and 1. Kelly Bryant runs it in for the touchdown. Clemson the early 7-0 lead on Louisville. Carter, Aaron, and Jenny.
Clemson with that 7-game winning streak. The defense getting after it for the Tigers. They got a challenge tonight with Lamar Jackson. Another quarterback with a lot of attention, Josh Allen. But the Wyoming offense has done very little. Allen pressured, hit. Now we'll see what the Cowboys come back with on offense. Allen hands off. Hall not much doing there again on first down. So how does, now again, Oregon comes away with the football, but Hall was down. With the injury, with the lack of success running the football, where is Wyoming's offense now?
Well, it's worse off than it was before. They've got to trust, or to test rather, Josh Allen's arm here at 2nd and 10. They've had 0 success on first down, which makes this issue even more pronounced.
Allen hands off again. Hall again. So the 2 plays since Allen took the hit on the right arm, right shoulder, right hand. Both runs. Now you're in 3rd down again.
They ran a power first on first down to the left, nothing going. They come back, run the same play to the right. But remember, you've got a quarterback. They haven't tested his arm yet to see to throw, but how much do you trust him using his legs, which have been a big part of the little bit of success that they have had?
That's the only Wyoming touchdown in the game, the rush by Allen. 3rd and 6, back out of the shotgun. Allen steps up, fires long, incomplete. Looked like a receiver broke off a route, C.J. Johnson. So it's another overthrow and another miss on 3rd down for Allen and the Cowboys.
It's miscommunication of some sort. I don't know who this is on. Josh Allen thought that he was going to continue to go. C.J. Johnson kind of sat down, trying to find a hole in that defense, and another 3 and out for the Cowboys.
Zaleski hits it at the 35. Again, Mitchell back, grabs it inside the 20. Mitchell takes a pop, driven back to the 15. So Allen and the Cowboys 3 and out again. Ducks lead at 21-10.
Is your personal information already being traded on the dark web?
Find out with Experian. Right now, Experian is offering a one-time dark web scan completely free. Go to Experian.com/scan to see if your information is on the dark web. Then learn how Experian can help protect your identity. Act now to help keep your personal information safe. Get your free dark web scan at Experian.com/scan today.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars.
Long live tradition. And long live the trucks capable of carrying them on. Ram, proven to last.
Now with 1,000 Power Days bonus cash, get an average $11,971 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
21-10 Ducks here in Laramie, Wyoming. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, Brent, Houston, Christian. We're in the thick of it now. Verizon Halftime Report, you got Tennessee, Florida in the SEC East, LSU, Mississippi State, SEC West, Clemson, Louisville, Texas, USC, all coming up. Verizon Halftime Reports. Here at War Memorial Stadium, we told you from the very get-go, we're going to start with Royce Freeman because he deserves it.
We see a lot of his attributes here. Vision, patience, acceleration, burst, power. He's got a nose for the end zone. Look at him run over Logan Wilson, the middle linebacker there. You're going to get in the hole, you better get low on number 21 because he is a big back that runs with some power now.
8 rushing touchdowns this season. That leads the major division of college football. Did have the fourth quarter fumble versus Nebraska last week. Freeman pushes as he gained 3 out to the 20-yard line with Adam Pillipil there on the stop. That's good news for Wyoming that Pillipil's back in there for the Cowboys.
He's played that a little bit downhill and took a little bit of the brunt of that contact there, but a nice pickup on first down for Oregon.
Justin Herbert flings to the outside. Mitchell blown up as soon as he touches it by Rico Gafford. Tackle for loss, forcing 3rd and long.
I was just thinking to myself, we haven't seen the bubble screen game from Oregon, but look how well he reads this. Great job by Gafford just coming vertically and attacking it. No chance for the receiver that time of Oregon to get him blocked out. Now it's time for that defensive line to bring it. Win your one-on-one matchup. Scotty Hazelton's unit has an opportunity here to make another big play. No back in to help. It's 4 on 5.
And now Freeman's going to motion back to the backfield. Oregon uses a timeout. Not sure what they wanted on 3rd and 10. Willie Taggart uses the timeout.
Their first time out of the half.
30 seconds in lane.
21-10 here in Laramie. Let's check in with Brent in New York.
Connor, one of the games you referenced, Nick Fitzgerald with his second rushing touchdown comes at the end of the first half. Mississippi State leads number 12 LSU at halftime, guys.
We got a chance to watch Nick Fitzgerald last week. We also got a chance to watch one of the wackiest games you'll ever see in Ruston, Louisiana. Fitzgerald impressive.
He's very impressive. He's an elite runner, I think, with his speed, his top-end speed, a very efficient passer. But it's that defense, Todd Grantham coming over, that I think is going to have the Bulldogs much improved this year.
Freeman motions again next to Herbert for 3rd and 10. Setting it up. Freeman on the right side on the screen. Block on the edge. First down, Oregon. Here goes Freeman, rolling across the 50. Freeman fighting his way out of bounds, finally inside the Wyoming 35. Ortiz finally pushes him out of bounds. Freeman on the screen for 50.
Brilliant play call here by offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo. He knew they were going to dial up heat. They blitzed, they brought 5. It's a perfect play call and perfect execution for another huge gain.
Oregon backed up by the Cowboy defense, no more.
Wyoming has called their first time out of the half.
I like that timeout to get substitutions for Wyoming's defense, to take a breath and reset the stage here with Oregon rolling now.
Great call, no question. You have your defense that just runs 40 yards down the field, a little bit shell-shocked after a big play. That is a smart, very headsy timeout by Craig Bohl.
Well, he's done it. I mean, Lincoln, Nebraska coming up in the Husker system, Tom Osborne, and the 3 straight FCS titles at North Dakota State. And he's got no problem being the tough underdog that the Wyoming Cowboys are.
It's who he is. He's not pretending to be tough. That's what he expects from this team. And I'm telling you, there are certain elements that are starting to show that.
Pump, Herbert, playing it to the outside, incomplete on a busted play over the head of Darren McNeil.
McNeil, not the tallest receiver in the world, 5'9", true freshman out of the state of Florida. That's another errant pass. That high accuracy that we were praising Herbert for early on in the ball game is starting to dial itself back a little bit. His location of the football in this second quarter hasn't been what we're used to seeing.
Without his number 1 receiver, Charles Nelson. So more on Royce Freeman's back. And on 2nd and 10, this is Benoit. Benoit picks up another first down. Benoit, the senior from Phoenix, that's a gain of 12. Epps on the stop.
That time, Wyoming brought some edge pressure, and it was a mixed tackle off that backside. Benoit punched it up.
1st and 10, another pump. And now Herbert scrambling. Herbert dives forward inside the 20. Wengard makes the stop for a gain of 2.
Great example of really nice coverage by Wyoming. That rush has to get home. It finally does. Herbert smartly pulls the ball down, but that back end, again, without Charles Nelson, not necessarily as scared and giving as much cushion as they did earlier in the game, and that's helping their pass coverage.
Freeman back out there for 2nd and 8. Herbert pulls it, flings it, complete inside the 5, touchdown, Oregon. Griffin high steps into the end zone. A 20-yard touchdown pass. Seven plays, 83 yards, the big one on the screen to Freeman.
Oregon, 4 opportunities in the red zone, 4 touchdowns.
Schneider on for the PAT. And it is good. More extracurricular. 28-10. Just when Wyoming's confidence was building, they felt they had Herbert backed up instead of touchdown.
Well, here's Taj Griffin right here. He's just going to run and get inside the coverage. There's only a single safety there, and it's not enough good protection up front, which allows Justin Herbert to sit in the pocket off the play action, and he just runs away from the defender. The safety was late with his eyes on the crosser, and it's just a one-on-one pitch and catch, and the 4th touchdown and the 4th opportunity for the Ducks down in the red zone.
A 50-yard screen pass to Royce Freeman, set it up. Griffin into the end zone. So that's the 2nd touchdown for Herbert. 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. 28-10. It was 14-0 to start for Oregon, and Wyoming 10 straight. Now the Ducks with 14 more to make it 28-10, and Wyoming still looking for any answers on offense. The longest drive of the game for Wyoming was 25 yards with a short field off the muff punt. So the Oregon defense has stymied and frustrated Josh Allen and the Cowboys.
They virtually eliminated the run. There's been a couple plays, but even when they do get blocked, they find a way to affect the passing game, whether it's pressure, whether it's good coverage, whether it's grabbing the arm of a highly rated quarterback. I've been really impressed with Jim Leavitt, the defensive coordinator. Now, we talked about Willie Taggart saying the best recruit that he got was having Royce Freeman stay. He was wrong. It was Jim Leavitt.
Play fake, Allen, 1st and 10. Airs it out, downfield, Conway overshoots him, incomplete. And Wyoming still has 8 passing yards in this game.
That's unfortunate. Conway started to pull away a little bit. There was a push-off there. I guess the good news on that overthrow is Josh Allen's back to the form we saw him before the injury.
8 straight incompletions by Josh Allen.
There wasn't a whole lot of separation from these receivers. He's trying to throw that ball up and go get a chance. Remember, they're without Tanner Gentry and Jacob Hollister. There were so many 50-50 balls where those guys would just go up and get it. Allen's not so lucky this year.
Gentry's a Bear, Hollister's a Patriot. So on 2nd down, Kellen Overstreet. Here we are again. It's the same script for Wyoming. Nothing much on 1st down. Nothing much on 2nd down, 3rd, and the Oregon Ducks know exactly what's coming.
It's the oldest play call in football. After an incompletion on 1st down, run it on 2nd to give yourself a manageable 3rd. It's 3rd and 6 here. Oregon's been bringing some pressure at times. Maybe they think about running a screen here, giving the football into space to one of their playmakers, because virtually nothing else has seemed to work.
Allen on 3rd and 6. Flings complete to the outside, stretching Johnson close to the 1st down. Where they mark him is short.
I tell you what, it was a great heads-up play by C.J. Johnson there to try and reach over and get that. If you're Wyoming, you got to consider whether or not this is 4-down territory. 18 points doesn't seem like a lot, but with your offense operating the way that it is, Oregon could score 1 or 2 more times with 5 minutes left. And it looks like they're going to elect a punt. I might have went to try to go for this with only about a yard to go. I think this is a situation where you have to take a little bit of a chance because you've been really struggling to get stops on Oregon. And offensively, man, if you can't get 1 yard, you should go do something else.
Zaleski hits it at the 25. Fair catch by Dylan Mitchell. Josh Allen has 3 pass completions with 4:40 to go in the half. I mean, it's 28-10. Oregon's in control of the football. You might say Wyoming's lucky to be only down by 18 at this point, considering that, 3 for 14. That's worse than anyone would have predicted for Josh Allen and the Cowboys.
And if it weren't for the 2 turnovers that led to 10 points, it wouldn't be that. They wouldn't have any points. It was extremely short fields, and that's been the difference in this ball game. Carter, that's only 3 more completions than you and I have so far.
His longest completion has been 5 yards. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert, Royce Freeman in the Oregon offense, humming. It's Benoit who takes the 1st down. Carey wrestled down by Carl Granderson. Loss of about half a yard.
Great job of Carl Granderson squeezing his block backside, staying home. He's a contained player. We talked about the vision of Freeman. It was blocked well, or not very well front side. He decided to take it backside, but Granderson stayed home and made a nice play.
On 2nd and 11, play fake, Herbert, pitch and catch to the outside, Dylan Mitchell. It's looking easy for Oregon right now. It's looking impossible for Wyoming.
And they're not tackling very well. That time, Robert Priester with a nice cushion there off the play action. Just pitch and catch. Comes up, misses the tackle. Not much is going right at times for Wyoming.
Fake it again to Benoit. Herbert finds him out of the backfield on the wheel route. Benoit, stiff arm, falls forward. Positive gain on first down. Logan Wilson, a sophomore from Casper, on the stop.
That wasn't the most impressive open field running there by Benoit, but a nice open field tackle that time by Logan Wilson, their middle linebacker.
The Wyoming fans are quiet again.
Great protection.
Herbert gonna tuck it, sprints out, slides, first down. Whew. That's a heck of a play by Herbert. Look, we've been watching Herbert, we've been watching Allen. There is a lot to like for the pro scouts and everybody else in Justin Herbert.
Unbelievable. There was great coverage downfield, great protection up front. Your front end has to work with your back end. The back end did their job, but that rush that showed up at times for Wyoming wasn't there, and Herbert makes them pay.
Fake it again. And now Herbert to the air again, almost picked. Almost intercepted. Tell you what, McNeil did a good job of knocking that away from Priester, laying DB a little bit for his quarterback.
It appears that whether you're a receiver or a defensive back for Wyoming, catching the football is a challenge tonight.
Would have been the third takeaway. The only thing that has kept the Cowboys in it, the two takeaways. One on the fumble by Herbert.
That's what they've got to do. They got to find a way to get home and get a sack strip fumble and get that ball loose.
Benoit, huge hole left side. Benoit with a block downfield. And another good block on the edge. Ofadale with the block, springing Benoit for a gain of 28.
This offensive line that Mario Cristobal so excited about. That time they stunted and blitzed their way out of the hole. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Well blocked and picked up, and Benoit does the rest.
Another red zone trip where Oregon is perfect. Freeman back in, straight ahead. A fresh Freeman shoving his way to the 10. You saw that one coming.
Oh, man.
Like Oklahoma.
Bro, you got to buckle your junk and get your pad level a little bit lower on 21 now. You're going to meet him in the hole. You better be ready for work. He's a powerful dude. And when you're watching the body language of this Wyoming team, man, they're kind of shell-shocked. This high-octane offense is gashing them through the air. But when you can come back and run power football between the tackles, it forces you to pick your poison, and right now, it looks like Wyoming's drinking from all the cups.
Here's where you mentioned the Oregon offense last week versus Nebraska. 42 in the first half, 0 in the second half, allowing the Huskers to get back in it. But it's all Oregon right now. It's Griffin who had the touchdown catch with a rush. Wingard there on the stop. Griffin getting more snaps at receiver because Charles Nelson's still out for the Ducks. Third down in the red zone, inside the Wyoming 10.
Wingard was there, Wilson was there. Watch Herbert's legs here.
Freeman takes it, first down, first and goal. Wilson rides him down. With 90 seconds left in the half. First and goal, Ducks again.
And that's really the issue here. Oregon's doing a masterful job of running down the clock. And they can't stop the run. Wyoming's going to be in trouble.
Freeman pushing ahead near the goal line. Appears to be just short, and he is just short. So second and goal coming.
And if you're Wyoming, you may want to think about burning a timeout. It's almost assured that they're going to score here, though. But if you have any chance with your offense that's had struggling, you're going to need all the time you can get.
Second and goal, there's Freeman, and he is in for the touchdown. Third rushing touchdown in the first half for Royce Freeman. 9 on the season. 53 now in his Oregon career.
This is just one tight end. It's just a zone play to the right, and he cuts it backside. Tell you what, Logan Wilson is making a ton of tackles, but it doesn't do you any good if it's beyond the line of scrimmage, and in this case, the end zone. Wyoming not physical enough at their linebacker position to stop the effectiveness of the Oregon run game tonight.
See the note on Freeman, tying LaMichael James. Although LaMichael played one less year with the Ducks, that PAT sneaks through for Aiden Schneider. That for Royce Freeman there with career rushing touchdown, number 53, but a senior from Imperial, California. The active career rushing yards and rushing touchdown leader in the FBS, although Chase Edmonds of Fordham has more rushing yards in his career at the FCS level. So that is the most glaring number, 342 to 69, the offensive differential in this first half.
And what that means is that the Cowboys defense has also been on the field for 56 plays, and with their depth depleted at the linebacker position, and particularly the D-line as well, that's not going to bode well for them in the second half.
Do you see anything for the Cowboys that says they can do what Nebraska did last week, come back and make this a game with Oregon in the second half?
No, because Nebraska was able to run the ball and have some effective throws at times in that first half. If it weren't for the 2 turnovers inside the 25-yard line, Wyoming wouldn't have anything they've done. The largest throw that Josh Allen with 16 teams here has completed, it's 5 yards. Come on.
The touchback, they'll take it at the 25. I mean, there's nothing good to show you for the Wyoming offense. The first 3 were 3 and out. Then they got the short field, the touchdown, the run by Allen, and then now you're back to it again.
Their first drive was the only one that's over 2 minutes, and right here, those 10 points were a direct result of a couple fumble turnovers. And that puts a lot of pressure, and not only are you not doing anything offensively, but you're putting your defense in a bind against an offense that is designed to do just that.
3 for 14 passing in the first half for Josh Allen. Empty backfield, high snap, Allen on the run. Allen loses the football! Oregon appears to be on top. The Ducks scooping up, and this is Robinson inside the 20 with a block ahead. Robinson inside the 10. First and goal, Oregon with a minute to go. Flags are down, but with a minute to go, Wyoming runs Josh Allen. He loses the football. And Oregon nearly scoops and scores. They have a chance to take it in again with 46 seconds on a horrendous first half for Josh Allen and the Wyoming Cowboys.
That's about the last thing that they could afford to happen. Look at the body language of the defense as they walk back out onto the field. Not only are they physically tired, but they've got to be pretty emotionally tired as well. Some seepage on that outside, the tight end.
Rolling on the field was a fumble recovered by Oregon. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. The passing team, number 59. Half the distance from the end of the run, first down.
It's a senior left guard. Half the distance to the goal. A dejected Josh Allen on the sideline, down 25. And a fumble.
He's pretty frustrated. That's Justin Hollins that caused the fumble. He was over the tight end, Tyree Mayfield, who watching this game is not the most physical player. He's pretty ineffective as a tight end as well. He just gets beat, shocked and shedded, and Justin Hollins comes up with another turnover, and now the ball's on the 2-yard line.
First and goal again for Oregon. Benoit in the backfield. He'll take it straight ahead. Benoit barrels across the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon again. The Ducks have taken command late in the first half off the Allen fumble. Benoit in one play into the end zone. Josh Allen and the Cowboys are searching for answers, down by 31 before the half.
That shot we saw, Josh Allen says it all. With all the pressure and the hype coming in, the last thing he wanted to do, throw picks, cause turnovers, get banged up. And it's just been a rough night in this first 2 quarters of football for the Wyoming Cowboys.
Schneider on for the PAT. You think about Allen, who took the hit.
on the right hand, on that right side.
There's no question.
And then carrying the football on a draw, empty backfield with a minute to go in the half.
Well, we talked about it, and they've been so ineffective. I don't necessarily mind that play, but it does go to show that it affected his strength. Now, he was carrying that ball in the left hand, so that one wasn't injured. He's just got to be able to hold on to it, and you have to have your tight end. Again, the supporting cast, the tight end got whipped on that. He allowed Justin Hollins to come around him and force that fumble. He's got to get squared up with him and help. Josh Allen can't do this all by himself. Has he played well tonight? Maybe not his best, but nobody else is either, and he's trying to make things happen, and it's just not bouncing his way.
I mean, this is the life of the quarterback, especially with the bright lights on you. The numbers 3 for 14, 13 yards. But your point is the Cowboy offense as a whole needs a whole lot more than just a couple completions from Josh Allen.
It's bad. Craig Bohl wasn't happy with it, and he's going to be even less happy when he watches a film of what's happened here so far tonight.
From the goal line, across the 22-yard line. That is Hall. So now with 38 seconds, the Cowboy offense back on the field. I personally be surprised if you see anything, but head to the half.
Take a snap and kneel it and call it even, man, and go regroup and give it your best shot coming out to start the third quarter. I mean, the good news is, well, I guess there is no good news because Oregon's getting the ball back to start the second half. I mean,
that's the reality. Cowboys fans are heading for the exits before the half.
I'd be going to get some hot dogs.
Well, that's
I don't think
a good
they're
point.
Going to bail out on them already.
Get some bison. Hall.
Nice little run.
30 seconds left in the half. It's been dominated by Oregon. It was the 14-0 start. Then off of 2 Oregon turnovers, Wyoming made it a game at 14-10. The gas pedal since then for the Oregon Ducks on both sides of the football. For one special teams mistake. Nelson with the muff allowed Wyoming's short field and only touchdown.
What are they doing?
Snap it with 1 second.
What are they doing?
I agree. Hall. That's the end of the half. But
why would you even snap that ball?
Instead, they hand it off, and Oregon in command. The first Pac-12 team to visit Laramie, Wyoming in 24 years. And it is all Emerald in Wyoming. 42-10. Ducks on the Cowboys.
Give you some factoids.
Back-to-back weeks, a tie in the NFL. No points.
Oh, my goodness. How about that?
Start your Sunday mornings with that other pregame show at 8 on CBS Sports Network.
Because we got these guys and 4 hours to get ready.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Everybody knows Enterprise picks you up. But can they solve all my transportation needs?
Spoiler alert, they can.
You can buy from Enterprise Car Sales.
Sold. Car sharing. That's alarmingly sensible.
We even rent exotics.
That's good, because sometimes Mama wants to drive like a mother. Big trucks are kind of my jam. You guys make me feel so special.
Like a princess?
Exactly. Rent, buy, or share. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
What is the future? The future is golf book. Click, book the tee time. Click, send the invites. It's so easy, it's almost crazy.
Dad, we need to talk. If you're not gonna listen to me, who will you listen to? Jeff.
Is that Marcia Gay Harden?
I think so. You're getting older.
Not that old.
Your brain is changing. It's natural. That's what I was saying. Oh, honey, I've got experience with this. Jeffrey, brain health is all about making the most of your brain as you age and helping you stay on top of your game.
Really?
Oh! Where did she go?
But all I'm saying
I'm
is...
not talking about this anymore.
Lisa, there are things you can do to help you stay sharp and reduce some risk to your brain. Trust me, it's worth it.
Oh, so you talked to her about this, but not me.
Learn what you can do to help keep your brain healthy at brainhealth.gov.
What is the future? It's simple, buddies. Golf book. That's a Fred talk. That's a Fred talk. That's a Fred talk. I'm real excited about golf book. I'm real excited.
You are watching the Verizon Halftime Report on CBS Sports Network.
Hey there, welcome in. Brent Stover, Houston Nut, Christian Fourier at the break in Laramie. What a disheartening first half for the fans who packed it out. Awesome atmosphere, but the team has not come to play, especially offensively.
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of our focus has been on Josh Allen, and he's having a rough day, and that's being generous. And you can look at some of the highlights. There's not a lot of them. Should be calling them the lowlights. And here's what scouts love about Josh Allen: the ability to scramble, get out of jam. But watch him. He tries to convert this pass, but he throws it over the receiver's head. Now he's got a go route down left side. Yeah, the receiver falls down, but look where the ball lands. It's out of bounds. Even if he kept his feet, he wouldn't have been able to catch the ball anyways. And then again, he's throwing into triple coverage, 4 people right there. It's been rough. I will say this, though. Coach, you need to be really careful how you evaluate Josh Allen today based on all the weapons that he's lost. Lost 3 starters on the offensive line. He's got 2 freshmen starting there. Lost all his weapons, 2 wide receivers from last year. Jacob Hollister, his tight end, made the active roster for the New England Patriots. So he's trying to do it on his own, and he's not getting any help, and there's no run support.
Let's give Oregon credit. They look faster. They're ready to go. Few more athletes, a lot more athletes. And when Wyoming's trying to play back off the receivers because they're so scared of the speed, what do? They throw it to him, and they have so much room. Look at Royce Freeman now. Royce Freeman has about 20 carries, and they're moving the line of scrimmage. But here's Justin Herbert right here. Now they're so worried about Royce Freeman. He runs it in for a touchdown, and now you got it going, guys. You got play action. Fake it to Royce Freeman. Beautiful throw on the post.
They outgained him 344-96. Oregon did in the first half. 53 career rushing touchdowns now for Royce Freeman. He had 3 scores in the opening half. They are blowing the doors off Wyoming. Each of the last 3 meetings between Clemson and Louisville has been decided by 6 points or less. Each game came down to the final play, and Clemson won all 3. Early on in this one, Clemson, Louisville, number 3 against number 14. Lamar Jackson against the defending champs. Hunter Renfrow, Christian, was a hero in that title game.
Yeah, and look at the speed right there. Get behind the defense. Kelly with the nice pass. But now Bryant going to call his own number, going to find Paydort, takes a couple Louisville Cardinals along with them and gets the touchdown.
7-0. They had converted on a 4th and 1 on that drive to keep it alive and score it. Then Lamar rolling out. Charles Stanberry rips it out of the air. 7. Good game of the second. Texas, USC. Early on, USC went for it on 4th down, had an incompletion. Now at the goal line, 4th and goal. Ronald Jones can't get in, so Texas, USC opening quarter in L.A. 0-0. Gators and Vols played a pretty sleepy game for 3 quarters this afternoon. But the 4th quarter and the final play more than lived up to it. Highlights of the SEC on CBS game next.
A university built not just on where we've been, but where we're going. Where throwing your O means reaching beyond your grasp, embracing community, and designing a life of meaning. The University of Oregon.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Steve Smith Sr., you ready to be a vendor? This job ain't easy. Those fans there, they're craving Dr. Pepper. Word is you lost a step.
Who said that?
Not me.
So why repeat it?
Because you just retired. Your name ends in senior.
Done.
Wow. Huh?
Check the replay, Larry. Guacamole?
You were showing amazing potential.
Let's go, Dr. Pepper, hip, let's go!
Being the incredibly busy man that I am, I've asked Chase Sapphire Reserve card members to scout the world to find my next vacation. Elton, what are you up to?
I'm having breakfast in Uganda.
Uganda, be kidding me, Elton. It's a joke.
James, we're gonna look for gorillas.
Hang on, what?
There's a real silverback gorilla.
Look at it. No, don't look at it. Stay, okay, shh, I'm freaking out.
Sapphire Reserve from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
Hey, Vaughn. Got a sec? What's up, Coach? I found this in your locker.
Coach, I'm delicate. Old Spice Invisible Spray feels so good on my skin, it's the only option for me.
All right, then. Get on back out there on the field. 12 men on the field, number 58. Come on, I have two Von Millers coming out at once.
A thriller on CBS in Gainesville. Felipe Franks in a 13-10 game. To Brandon Powell for the touchdown, 20-10. Guys, this was a 6-3 game when the fourth quarter started. Quentin Dormady had 3 interceptions. He was dreadful, but he came alive. Ethan Wolf, 28-yard touchdown. Perfect pass there. Volunteers down by 3. Florida driving up by 3. Felipe Franks tipped, picked off by Rashawn Golden would lead to a field goal tied at 20. Florida coach looking for a miracle.
Felipe Frank, here we go. Gonna drop back, gonna elude a rush right there, buying time. Tells Cleveland to get deep. Safety, where are you? You're not deep, it's the deepest. It's a touchdown.
Tyree Cleveland, the hero, and he joined Allie LaForce.
You know, you went 7 quarters without an offensive touchdown, then 2 in 1 quarter. What got into this offense?
We just stayed focused and stayed relaxed and stayed calm like Coach Matt told us, and we kept faith.
You were a track star in high school. Have you ever ran so fast in your life?
I think this is about the fastest I ever ran.
Congrats, enjoy the win.
Thanks.
They didn't score their first offensive touchdown of the season until the fourth quarter. They came alive. Again, this was a 6-3 game, and then it just went off.
Yeah, and the last play right there, I mean, we're going to break that down for the late night ICF, so make sure everybody stays up. But that game was as boring as anything I'd ever seen until the third quarter. All the fireworks to the end.
Woke up. They woke up then at the end, but they're going to be sick, though. Tennessee will be sick when they turn on the film and they watch this, the last play of the game, and that safety's not deep as the deepest on the very last play. And Cleveland finds a beautiful throw and catch.
Well, I will even say that for Tennessee, for all the times that they were down in the red zone, I think they were down on the inside the 10, like at least 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
And every time they threw the ball over and over and over again, the play calling sometimes, I just feel like it's like, who's doing it? Some kid in his basement playing Madden? It's.
How does that final play happen? How do you allow that in a Hail Mary situation?
He says it, okay? If this is a get the heck back play. I don't care what happens. You put your heels on the goal line. If you have to come up and make the tackle, come up and make the tackle. I'll take my chances. But I'm never going to allow the ball go over my head and have the game end that way.
No question.
Amazing. Time for a break. Alabama playing a Mountain West opponent for the second straight week as Colorado State paid a visit to Tuscaloosa. We'll update you on that one coming up. And in our game, it's all Oregon. 197 through the air and 1 touchdown. Justin Herbert, 20 yards to Taj Griffin, 42-10, more to come.
Okay, let's call this agent. I'm coming over right now. Tell Caesar to keep his toga on. I'll be right there.
The newly advanced GLE can see in your blind spot. Onboard cameras and radar can detect danger all around you. Driver assist systems can pull you back into your lane if drifting.
Hi, Chief. Hi, Bobby.
And will even help you brake if necessary. It makes driving less of a production. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
The search is intense. We spent weeks canvassing the quadrant to pinpoint our perfect location. Once locked in on our target, You knew we had to move fast.
Fortunately, we were already pre-approved for a no-money-down loan with Navy Federal Credit Union, and we were able to put an offer on this place immediately after it went on the market.
I see you, Dad.
How are my tomatoes doing, babe?
Pretty good.
Navy Federal Credit Union, open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Tank 5. 1 in 5 chance of winning. One of us quintuplet should win.
You hear that, Jeff?
You bet I did. Jake? Sure did. How about you, Jason? You hear that, bro?
Yep.
How about you, Gene?
Yeah, no, I got it. Makes sense. 1 in 5, yep.
Sorry, bro.
Whatever.
Tank 5. Fill your tank. Scratch a card. 1 in 5 wins. Conoco.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy sh!
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Pan. You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
I'm the neighbor with the orange tractor. I mow, I grow, and care for this place I call home. I'm always on the move, getting work done. Because I want to be the best version of me. Right now, a Kubota L-Series tractor can be yours with 0% financing for up to 60 months. This is why I do it. Kubota. See your local Kubota dealer for details.
Welcome back. Oregon State and 21st ranked Washington State. Luke Falk throws for 396, 6 touchdowns, no picks. Tavares Martin Jr. across the middle, 57 yards, 52-23. This one's still going in the fourth quarter. Colorado State and #1 Alabama, 7-0 already. Jalen Hurts finds Calvin Ridley.
Beautiful throw right here to Calvin Ridley, and he separates from the secondary.
78 yards, 14-zip. Bama's up 7, late second. Robert Foster, the recipient this time.
Starts with protection, and now you better go tackle this young man, because he will make you miss and then outrun you to the end zone.
Bad angles aren't going to do it to that guy.
Third quarter, #1 Bama, 38-10 in that.
Oh, there's my team.
LSU, Mississippi State, and Nick Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I told Coach at lunch today that Nick Fitzgerald and Mississippi State are sneaky good. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns already, and that LSU offense that's supposed to be improved, non-existent.
I'd like to see him play in Starkville one day.
Yeah,
what's a little cowbells?
Tough place to play.
20-7. We see something out of Josh Allen, correct?
You know what? Don't try to get it all back in one play. You don't have to throw the ball deep every single time. Just think it dunk down the field and see what happens.
Oregon leads 42-10. Carter, Aaron, and Jenny have the second half call after this break.
This has been the Verizon Halftime Report. Watch live, local, and primetime games with NFL Mobile, only on Verizon.
Let me give you some factoids.
Back-to-back weeks, a tie in the NFL. No points.
Oh, my goodness.
How about that?
Start your Sunday mornings with that other pregame show at 8 on CBS Sports Network.
Because we got these guys and 4 hours to get you ready.
We don't just want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York, Jets in LA, Bears in New Orleans, or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Pan. You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
We are not here to observe, to sit idly by, or watch from the stands. We are here for one reason: to leave a mark. Lexus High Performance with 5-liter V8s and Sport Direct shift transmissions. Experience a shift in the natural order. Experience amazing.
Why do the most adventurous minds thrive in the most adventurous environments? Why do physical feats often inspire intellectual ones? Where the depth of our thinking parallels the depth of our powder. Why are we drawn to a place as wild as our imagination? Where single tracks are as important as degree tracks. Because Wyoming is as open as your future. The University of Wyoming.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, teachers, for going the extra yard for our young people.
I just want to thank Mrs. Brown.
Thank you, Professor Ray Black. Thank you, Dante Williams. Thank you, Coach Brian Williams, for pushing me to be better. I'm ready to go that extra yard for teachers. Are you ready to go the extra yard for teachers?
If this was a night the Wyoming fans were intending to remember, they're hoping that the second half goes different. Otherwise, they're going to remember it in the wrong way. Carter Blackburn, Aaron Taylor, Jenny Dell here in Laramie. Not much good news for the Cowboys.
Aside from a couple turnovers, everything else has been bad. A lot of eyes on Josh Allen tonight. Scouts from 16 teams across the country, 21 of them, haven't seen any sort of offensive production. Josh Allen, to his credit, has stayed in there. He's tough. But early on in this ball game, he was putting too much mustard on his throws. He was off target. His accuracy's been an issue. And then he got hurt with some late pressure. He came back from that, but he just hasn't been effective as a passer. He came back in the game and then gives up another fumble. Classic case of a guy trying to do, in my opinion, too much with zero support from his supporting cast.
First half stats brought to you by Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This game was 14-10, late first quarter. Since then, Oregon 28 straight points, and during that time span, Wyoming had only 29 yards of offense, and Oregon gets the football to begin the second half. Cooper Roth kicking off. Roth's kickoff results in a touchback. Let's check with Jenny Dell.
Yeah, Oregon head coach Willie Taggart said that they need to avoid what happened last week against Nebraska. So their main focus is really just finishing this game strong. And for Wyoming, for Wyoming, head coach Craig Bohl told me that their focus is offensively, they need to sustain some drives. They need some more pass rush, and defensively, pressure the quarterback guys.
There's a lot to fix for Wyoming, for Willie Taggart and Oregon. I mean, it was totally different last week, first half to second half against the Huskers.
Yeah, and the difference was third down. Oregon struggled mightily, but you look at the way they finished the game, no points in the second half. They had 42 first half points. Oregon's going to need to string some drives down and convert some third downs.
Freeman on the left side, another huge hole for Royce Freeman as he barrels to near the 45. Epps finally brings him down. A gain of 20 on the first play of the second half for Freeman.
It's a classic case of a missed tackle, and that's one of the better players, Andrew Wingard, on the team. He came down and filled the alley, just didn't make the tackle.
First down, give it to him again, left side again. Freeman picking his blocks, shoved out of bounds, but it's another gain of at least 8.
You're starting to see some pin and pull stuff, getting big linemen out in space, taking advantage of angle blocks. This is an offense that's going to look to not get into their 4-minute offense, but feature the run. In Wyoming, their pad level's just too high. You're not going to tackle up high, 21.
Play fake to Benwell. Herbert steps up, busted play. Wingert there on the stop. Third down coming up. It's another 100 rushing yard game for Royce Freeman.
That's going to be a sack, and maybe a little too late. It's a good start. Here's a 3rd and short situation. Wyoming needs to get themselves lined up here.
Ducks had only one third down conversion in the second half versus Nebraska. Benoit stuffed.
Short.
Fourth down coming up.
The red zone, or excuse me, the third down trials and tribulations for Oregon continue, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. I do like this call to be able to go for it. They have to avoid the troubles they had a week ago.
Benoit stuffed. Wilson stops the run on fourth down. And the Wyoming defense gets the football. Finally, a bit of a grin from Craig Bohl as Wilson and Jackson stuffed the run on fourth down.
A week ago against Nebraska, third down was a problem. Tonight, it's fourth down. Craig Bohl fired up, happy as defense. You know you're going to get the best shot from the defense that's down right out of the second half. Now it's going to be up to the offense to try and capitalize on a very good start here to the second half.
Can Josh Allen flush the struggles of the first half and start anew? Play fake. Allen on the roll. Allen dumps it incomplete. Pressured again. Incomplete again. It's intended for Johnson. The pressure from Apello. And Allen's down again.
I'm not so sure that that wasn't a late hit there by Apello. He got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty a week ago to nullify a sack late in the game by Justin Hollins.
It's close.
It is close. He's playing hard. He's running to the football. That could have went either way.
Mark it down as another incompletion for Josh Allen. 2nd and 10. Pressured again. Hit again. Allen steps up. Allen flings long. Who wants a football that's incomplete? He threw that one up. Just totally blind. And Thomas Graham Jr. nearly had another pick.
Excellent job of escaping and extending the play. We used to play this game when I was a kid called 3 Flies Up. There was just that. You throw the ball up. The first guy to catch 3 catches is now the offensive quarterback. That was a very, very ill-advised throw that should have been a turnover.
0 for 2 in the second half, 3 for 16 passing for Allen.
Less than 1 yard per pass attempt tonight so far.
So 3rd and 10. Allen over the middle, incomplete, flag down. Johnson, the intended receiver. Apello there in coverage, and a flag that appears to go against Oregon.
Apello's an aggressive player, but sometimes he's too aggressive. I think he got away with possibly a late hit, and this might be pass interference here.
Prior to the pass, holding defense, number 39. 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
You love the aggression, but you got to be smart about it. Apello, a former walk-on. You see him to the right of your screen there, just with that right arm, grabs and tackles C.J. Johnson. If yourself is in position and your feet are right, you don't have to do that.
Hand off to Trey Woods. Trying to cut back, nothing there. Only 1 yard on the first down rush for Woods.
Nice job by the front 7 that time of Oregon. The cross faces. That D-line doesn't stay blocked. That was number 97, Jalen Jelks. He's a player that showed up. The offensive line's going to try and engage him, but the defensive linemen use their hands to shock and shed, cross face, and make tackles. Nice job by Jelks.
I love that talk.
I love when you exaggerate it up here and try and imitate it. It's outstanding.
High snap, pulled in, Woods again, straight ahead. 3rd down coming for the Cowboys offense. Henry Mondu on the stop.
Well, Carter, right now the score is 42-10. With the way this offense has been going, it might as well be 4,200-10. I think Wyoming needs to consider this 4-down territory to get some sort of points, even if it's a field goal, to have something positive happen here, because defensively it's been really hard for them to stop the Oregon offense consistently tonight.
And you have only 1 3rd down conversion in the game. So Allen on 3rd and 6, pressured again, steps up.
There's nobody open.
Incomplete, 4th down. We'll find out if it's 4-down territory.
At this point, you might as well punt. There was nobody open. Take a look at this. Freeze it whenever you want. There's nobody to throw to. He's covered, he's covered, he's covered. The guy up at top's covered. Who's he supposed to throw that football to?
Punt unit coming on. A night of extreme frustration for Josh Allen and the Wyoming offense in particular.
And all the focus coming in tonight's about Josh Allen. Let's give some love to Jim Levitt and his defense. They're playing pretty damn good.
Good punt by Zaleski. Boy, Mitchell has to get out of the way of that one. He's down at the 10. Oregon football. Allen and the Cowboys frustrated.
Away is where curiosity can run its course, where little feet run wild, where laughter runs rampant, and adventure runs in the family. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars.
Long live tradition. And long live the trucks capable of carrying them on. Ram, proven to last.
Now with 1,000 Power Days bonus cash, get an average $11,971 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
Did you know Enterprise rents trucks? They do.
I can still rent a car for my entourage. I can share a car just like a real millennial. Or buy one from Enterprise Car Sales.
Nice one, Dad.
Thanks, TV family.
They even rent exotic cars. Hello. Not my TV family.
Plus, Enterprise picks me up. Rent, buy, or share. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Honey, what are you doing?
Watching a cow.
Oh, what's it doing?
Impressions.
This September, get 1 of 3 breakfast items free when you order with the Chick-fil-A One app.
Hours away from the NFL on CBS, Brady and the Pats taking on Breeze and the Saints. Marcus Mariota and Tennessee at Jacksonville, Jets at Oakland, Miami at the LA Chargers. It all begins with the new look NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines at noon Eastern. Our crew did a great job of digging, found a 30-year-old picture of Dan Fouts. We call the Jets and Raiders. Marcus Mariota taking on Jacksonville. 2 of the Oregon quarterback stars. Justin Herbert from Eugene Sheldon High School started as a true freshman, first since Chris Miller in 1983. Miller was also Sheldon High Fighting Irish. Herbert from the 10, Freeman huge hole, Freeman across the 30, gas pedal as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The holes are big, the acceleration is huge for Freeman.
Shows his patience, his vision, does a nice job of setting the blocks up. Good job by Crosby coming across and getting the second levels on the linebackers. And that's exactly how Oregon wants to establish the run all season long.
Another gain of 28 in the run game. Freeman stood up, maybe gets 2 here. Holt, Ramante Holt, true freshman from Sacramento, stands up Royce Freeman. And with the numbers and rolling up the Pac-12 list, past Lindale White career touchdowns now. His 25th game with over 100 rushing yards. Because Oregon was down last year, because he was hurt last year, not a huge amount of buzz coming into 17. I think Royce Freeman's running with a purpose.
He's back.
Freeman on the left side, shoving across the 45-yard line. It will be 3rd down. Pillipil there on the stop, 3rd and 2 coming.
Well, again, it's going to be obviously a run when they need a good run. They've typically gone to the left side here. Again, 3rd downs against Nebraska were the issue. 42 first half points a week ago, 42 first half points tonight. They've got their starters out there. They need to score some points to get that stank out of their mouth because they really let their foot off the gas pedal a week ago.
Brooks James tries the right side, driven back. Appears to be just short. Here comes a flag after Logan Wilson makes the stop.
It's a foolish penalty there.
Oh, Craig Bull is irate.
And he should be.
I think you can guess who committed that penalty by Craig Bull's reaction with Johanna Gaffon.
And that's one of the better defensive linemen they have, only a sophomore. That young man, in my opinion, has an NFL future. If he can continue to develop, he's a little bit frustrated, and that doesn't mean that there's not some stuff going down on there in the trenches. I've been on the other side of that
After
quite
the
a bit.
play, unsportsmanlike, unnecessary roughness, number 93 of the defense. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
I mean, Gaffon had an earful before the call was even made. Craig Bull was ticked off. Oh.
There's a little bit of a flop there, though. But he gave him a left uppercut.
He's lucky he isn't ejected.
Yep, you got to be careful. It was a foolish penalty that extended the drive. They stopped him on 3rd down the previous drive, and now 4th down. And now they extend the change.
And the stop, play action. Herbert looking low, knocked away, incomplete. Almost picked by Marcus Epps coming over the top.
Marcus Epps is a heck of a football player. You put the Iowa film on, my goodness, that guy was everywhere making plays left and right. Got to catch that.
Guy who came here as a walk-on, 2 years later he was a captain. It was intended for Griffin. No Charles Nelson, left early in the first half, so Griffin getting more play. It's 2nd and 10.
Oh, run.
Only thrown it once so far in the half. Oregon. Freeman gets a couple there. Wilson on the stop. The correction, it's Brooks James on the carry. Wilson on the stop.
Carter, that last pass by Herbert should have been thrown. He kind of threw that up for grabs. We've been focused a lot tonight on Josh Allen and his lack of accuracy. Herbert, who started this game 5 for 5, has steadily gone downhill and become equally as ineffective as a passer.
Can he turn it around on 3rd and 9? Delivers a strike to the outside. Dylan Mitchell to move the chains again on a perfect throw.
That was a frozen rope now. That is exactly what we saw in the first half early on from him, directly on time. And again, soft cushion on the outside and 0 pass rush from Wyoming. How could they not be? They've been on the field all night long.
1st and 10. Brooks James ridden down for a loss. Wingard makes a stop inside the 31-yard line. Junior from Ralston Valley High School.
Oregon's been on the field 70 plays so far, and there's almost 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I mean, how many rushes do you have in you if you're a defensive line? I just saw them switch out, but this is where those early first half drives really start to take toll.
Herbert tipped, and it's picked at the 20-yard line, intercepted by Rico Gafford. On the tip drill, Gafford hauls it in and gives Wyoming the boost they needed. Down 32. Off the hands of Brooks James. Gafford has the pick. The turnovers by Oregon have kept Wyoming at least within striking distance. Yeah, it's a 42-10 game, but Gafford's interception gives the Cowboys a little life.
Being the incredibly busy man that I am, I've asked Chase Sapphire Reserve card members to scout the world to find my next vacation. Elton, what are you up to?
I'm having breakfast in Uganda.
Uganda, be kidding me, Elton. It's a joke.
James, we're gonna look for gorillas.
Hang on, what?
There's a real Silverback gorilla.
Look at it. No, don't look at it. Stay, okay, shh, I'm freaking out.
Sapphire Reserve from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Bud Light, famous among friends. By Phillips 66, proud to be here. And by Experian. Identity protection has a new identity.
Oregon State Beavers came here in September of 1993, beat the Cowboys 27-16. That is the last time that a Pac-12 team has come here to War Memorial Stadium at 7,220 feet until the Oregon Ducks rolled in. Off another takeaway. Allen throws it back. Complete on the screen on the left side, looking for answers. That's Mayfield who grabs it and goes rolling for a solid gain. We talked about this whole night, about Wyoming and who they lost off of last year. There's 4 players off the Wyoming offense from last year, with Gentry being activated by the Bears to the 53-man. That's 4 offensive players on NFL active rosters this week.
And that supporting cast would have been a big help tonight. I know a lot of focus has been on Josh Allen, but he's basically out here by himself.
2nd and 2, right side, Milo Hall slipping away, driven back and dropped as the Ducks rally to the football again. Troy Dye finishes it off, forcing 3rd down.
Troy Dye is so fast. Keep your eye here. He's just running to the football, scraping. He reads fast flow, comes down, scrape, 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 accelerate, run through for the tackle for loss. That's what makes the true sophomore such a heady, smart player, why we featured him in the starting lineups for plays just like that. Did it a year ago as a true freshman and really starting to up his game.
Allen and the Cowboys 3rd and 4. Fling it to the right side. That's Nico Evans who has a first down, a much needed first down. That is 2 pass completions to get a first down for Wyoming after Allen had 3 the entire game. The 8-yard completion on first down, the longest pass play of the night for Allen and the Cowboys.
Certainly a good sign for things to come.
Back-to-back completions for the first time tonight. First down. Make it 3 straight completions. Conway grabs it. Allen starting to find his rhythm as the Cowboys cross the Oregon 40. 21 yards, biggest of the night.
Just going to be a crossing route. Great protection up front. Credit that offensive line because Allen's patient, finds his receiver. Beautifully thrown football. And if you're the Oregon Ducks, you may be a little bit worried because once again, you're coming out flat in the second half. And although this offense isn't built as well as Nebraska's are, they're having more success now than at any point in the game.
3 completions in the first half for Allen, 3 on this drive. And now a play fake. Allen steps up, loses the football, regains it. It's Watson who grabs it and then falls forward for a gain of 2 after Allen nearly coughs it up again. Jalen Watson able to bail him out.
Does that count as another forward pass?
Whew.
Ball security been an issue tonight. You love his ability to extend, navigating the pocket, but when you do it, you have to put 2 hands on the football. Both times he's fumbled tonight. It's been when he's had 1 hand on it. You love his ability to extend, but protecting the football is quite a bit more important.
It is not a forward pass, fumble recovered, but
that was a facetious.
Okay. High snap, gave it to Hall. Picking his way inside the 35-yard line. We check in with Brent in New York.
Guys, Clemson and Louisville deep in the second quarter. Kelly Bryant unloads for Ray McLeod. He's all alone, 79-yard touchdown. Blocked PAT. 16-7, Clemson leads.
Wow, what a throw. See if Lamar Jackson can lead the Cardinals back. Here it's Josh Allen trying to lead the Cowboys. This is the best drive of the night for the Wyoming offense. 3rd and 4. Of another high snap. Handed off. Hall pushes forward. Moves the chains again. First down Wyoming. After Allen completes a few passes, more room to run.
Really nice job by Hall there, and a good job by 61, coming around and poking it up in there. That run game with the gap schemes, double teams on the play side, pulling backside linemen's really starting to take effect. And this is the best, as you just said, Carter, this offense has looked for the entire game.
That's not saying a lot.
But it's saying something, and it may say more about Oregon than it does about Wyoming.
Can the Ducks close it out in Laramie? Can Allen make it a ball game again in the third?
We took legendary and made it liberating. We took safe and made it daring. We took intelligent and made it utterly irresistible. We took the most advanced E-Class ever and made the most exciting E-Class ever. The 2018 E-Class Coupe and Sedan from Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith. Or this John Smith. Or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. Balanced, nutritious, and delicious. With 22 grams of protein, savory vegetables, quinoa and cashews. Together in perfect harmony. New Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said?
My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
42-10, Oregon on Wyoming. The Cowboys faced San Diego State twice last year. Beat them once, lost to them once. Aztecs already have an impact win in college football. This year they go for a much bigger one next on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports, taking on 19th-ranked Stanford.
Two of the better rushers in the country. Rocky Long won the Mountain West Conference a year ago, but take a look at this. Most rush yards per game. Rashad Penny leads the country at 206.5, and Bryce Love with 170 himself. Rashad Penny made his name playing behind Donnell Pumphrey as a kick returner. I'm telling you, this kid Penny's going to have a much brighter NFL future than maybe any of the backs we've seen come out of San Diego State for a while.
They do what they do.
They do what they do. Mike Smith, the offensive line coach, does a nice job with those guys. A lot of new starters.
Allen flushed out of the pocket. Allen on the roll. Now crosses the line of scrimmage. Takes a big pop at the 25-yard line. Allen got leveled.
That was to the helmet there now.
Tyree Robinson.
He's not a defenseless player when he breaks the pocket and he's scrambling. So it's all about whether or not it's the crown of the helmet by the defender. Kind of hard to tell from that look, but he did kind of drop his helmet right there at the end.
That could be targeting on Robinson, even though Allen isn't defenseless, to your point.
That's right, he dropped his helmet.
And the replay booth can buzz down and say, we want to look at that to see if it's targeting. They have not yet, no flag.
By no means egregious, but they might have wanted to look at that one.
And Hall is dropped for a loss. Third down coming up. Malik Young on the stop.
Well, third and long is not where you want to be if you're this Wyoming team. Oh, look at that. A little sportsmanship right there.
Troy Dye.
It's okay, Troy.
Playing hard football. That's a good moment. And now they're ready to get back after it on 3rd and 10. Allen trying desperately to find some rhythm. Screen, Hall, left side. Ducks are ready for it. They stop Hall at the 25. 4th down coming for the Cowboys. Yeah, kicking units coming on.
Take some points, have something positive happen. Your defense is getting stops for you. The offense is finally moving. You need, from a confidence standpoint, to finish the way that this second half has started positively.
Roth hit from 30 earlier, this from 42. The sophomore from Longmont, Colorado, with a hold from Spohr, and that 42-yarder is good. So for the first time since this game was 14-10, Wyoming has points on the board.
Away. Away is the smell of victory. And the smell of burgers. Away is always having home field advantage, even when you're miles away from home. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others. Let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars.
Long live tradition, and long live the trucks capable of carrying them on. Ram, proven to last.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on all 2017 Ram 1500 models.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Pan, 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 pan.
Pan, pan. You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Josh Allen walking down the Wyoming sideline, trying to get his offense and his team rallied and back into this football game. Yeah, it's only a field goal, but Allen, after 3 for 17 prior to that drive, goes 4 for 4, and there's points on the board.
And there's something to be said about that. There's not a whole lot of NFL scouts still watching, but how you respond in the face of adversity, he didn't throw in the towel. Got to give him credit for coming back out and still fighting. And, hey, they got 3 points out of that whole deal. And if you're Oregon and Willie Taggart, my guess is you're going to be pretty concerned that 2 weeks in a row, when you get a big lead at halftime, you shut it down. That's a mark of a young team, and that won't fare well for them heading into Pac-12 play.
Cooper Ross, kickoff, will scoot. Touchback. Like he didn't go out of bounds for across the goal line. Touchback to the 25. Let's see which team has been protecting the pocket. Brought to you by Experian. Can you guess which team we highlight?
Look at Royce Freeman. He's passing off stunts like he's a dang offensive lineman there. But good job by the offensive line, coached by Mario Cristobal, giving Justin Herbert plenty of time and plenty of protection in the pocket off the play action, lets him step up into his throws, plants his feet, and that's exactly what an offensive line should do. On top of that, they've done a pretty good job of running the football tonight as well.
And yet, 2 turnovers by Herbert, the fumble and then the INT on the last possession. So Oregon in a 42-13 game, still a lot to prove. Can they execute in the second half and close it out? Freeman dropped for a loss on first down. And it's Granderson who leads the way.
It's a great job by Wyoming's front, but you hit the nail on the head there, Carter. I'm going to go back to what you said. If you're Oregon, you need your playmakers and your leaders to step up. That's Justin Herbert, and that's Royce Freeman. With no Charles Nelson, they need some guys, and trust your offensive line. Mow these guys down, but you can't afford to keep punting the football back to Wyoming. You may be getting some life offensively.
Herbert setting up the screen. Freeman bobbles it, and it was nearly picked again. Freeman couldn't haul it in on the screen, and it was up for grabs for a moment.
Things are starting to unravel for Oregon. We said their playmakers needed to make plays. Now the ball was just thrown outside his outreached hand. He had to try and control it with one hand because it wasn't necessarily on target. But that's a play that they need Herbert and Freeman to be able to make. It's a third down situation. Is this Wyoming defense front four rested enough to get some pressure here on the passer? Because that's what they need.
Herbert, time to throw on 3rd and 12. Flings it complete, short of the first down. Mitchell makes the grab, but he has to come back to the football. 4th down, punt unit comes on. A 3-and-out for the Oregon offense after the turnover on the last possession.
Really nice job on that Wyoming defense. 10 tackles for loss, 2 sacks tonight. Wingard has done a nice job, 11 tackles. But once again, if you're an Oregon fan, you should be concerned about what you're seeing, because the Ducks are finding.
Nearly got a hand on it. They got a hand on it, partially blocked. And now a loose football, barely scooped up. It was a live football and finally recovered. It was touched by the Cowboys. Conway gets on top of it. So it's partially blocked. Remember, we had a muff punt for Oregon, and now it's partially blocked. Halliburton gets his hand on it.
Just a nice job, man. Hey, you got to give credit to Craig Bowles' team. This game broke open in the first part of the game with a turnover on special teams. Now, the punt return team on punt block gets through and gives themselves good field position. Say what you want, but Wyoming's got some fight in them.
Well, the offense starting to come to life. It's Woods on the left side to the 50. Back to New York.
Another Pac-12 Mountain West clash tonight. Myles Gaskin turns the corner, takes it 28 yards to the house. 6th-ranked Washington leads Fresno State early, 7-0.
Woods in the backfield along with Josh Allen here in Laramie. Seconds ticking away in the 3rd.
Run Woods off tackle. He's a big body. Let him get ahead of steam. They're going to run a power now. Follow your guard. Get on his hip.
Woods inside the Oregon 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short. Dye on the stop. And what is likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Now, Wyoming's going to try and hurry up and get another snap in. They like the way things are going for the Cowboys offense now. 2 seconds, 1 second. Allen kicks it off and sneaks and has a first down to the 40. Hollins. And the Oregon fans are getting just a little bit nervous after it was 42-14 last week. Nebraska came back and made it a 1-score game. Cowboys only get 3 points in the 3rd quarter, but the Ducks fail to close it out in the 3rd. We go to the 4th with Wyoming driving, trying to make it interesting. And the 4th at Laramie.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
Everybody knows Enterprise picks you up. But can they solve all my transportation needs? Spoiler alert, they can.
You can buy from Enterprise Car Sales.
Sold. Car sharing. That's alarmingly sensible.
We even rent exotics.
That's good, because sometimes Mama wants to drive like a mother. Big trucks are kind of my jam. You guys make me feel so special.
Like a princess?
Exactly. Rent, buy, or share. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Being the incredibly busy man that I am, I've asked Chase Sapphire Reserve card members to scout the world to find my next vacation. Elton, what are you up to?
I'm having breakfast in Uganda.
Uganda, be kidding me, Elton. It's a joke.
James, we're gonna look for gorillas.
Hang on, what?
That's a real silverback gorilla.
Look at it. No, don't look at it. Stay, okay, shh, I'm freaking out.
Sapphire Reserve from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
The food lover's heart. The book lover's heart. The art lover's heart. Happy, healthy hearts. But the heart of someone with pulmonary hypertension is unbearably stressed and can eventually fail. There is no cure. What's more, PH is often misdiagnosed as asthma. The Pulmonary Hypertension Association gives hope to patients and caregivers. We're putting our heart into finding a cure. To learn more, go to phassociation.org.
Simple question. What are we looking at here? What is that? Gobbledygook. I don't get it. I don't care to. However, what's this? Is that a little sunshine? Golf ball? A brew dog? Don't mind if I do. Boom! Fist bump. Sounds like a pretty good day to me. How'd we get here? Golf book. Super easy. Click. Book the tee time. Click. Send the invites. Sunshine. Golf ball. Brew dog. Here it comes. Fist bump. Okay. That's a Fred talk.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Our Bud Light game summary. All the numbers tilting Oregon's way. Herbert's been solid, but 2 turnovers, an INT and a fumble. The only points of the third quarter was the field goal from Wyoming. The only touchdown for Wyoming was when they had a short field and went 25 yards. They got a lot of work to do in the fourth. Allen flushed, rolling. Now he's going to turn it back. And now Allen hits, he throws again, and it's picked off. Intercepted on the first play of the fourth quarter. A.J. Hodgkins comes away. And now flags as the Cowboys and Ducks mix it up. Dye got the hit, Hodgkins got the pick. And now a myriad of flags after that play.
So left tackle Zach Wallace in on that tackle and at the heart of the melee. Allen hit again as he throws on that right shoulder. This time he doesn't get hurt. Great job extending, but you got to protect the football. Those are the very things that you're concerned about. Him transitioning to the next level. You don't get too many opportunities. Like, granted, you're trying to make stuff happen, but you got to take what's there.
And some of the wild plays for Josh Allen have been exactly like that, and then he makes a tremendous throw down the field.
Yeah.
That one's not one of them.
Well, Tanner Gentry's going to
Ruled
get
on
it.
the field was an interception. After the play, unsportsmanlike on the passing team, number 72. That is his first unsportsmanlike of the game. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And now the Cowboys, I mean, just one play ago, feeling momentum and hope, and now the heads are shaking again.
When you look at the Mercedes-Benz GLC, with its high-tech cameras and radar, contemporary cockpit, 360-degree network of driver assist technologies, and sporty performance, what's most impressive about the GLC? All depends on your point of view. The 2018 GLC, starting at $40,050. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith, or this John Smith, or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
It's only been 3 points scored in the second half. Wyoming has those only 3 points, but a lot of back and forth. Turnovers on both sides. Our Michelin defender of the game is that takeaway by the Oregon Duck defense that has been getting after it all night.
They've been doing a really nice job, and Josh Allen's had nowhere to throw. He just kind of throws this one up for grabs, and once again, when you play 3 flies up, you have to pay the piper. You honor his effort to try and get something done, but that's not the result that you're looking for. It's a nice job of A.J. Hotchkiss going up and getting the football.
3 turnovers by Oregon, 2 by Wyoming. So Herbert and the Duck offense back on the field. Pitch and catch again. Mitchell on the outside. At the 40-yard line, Priester makes the stop.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Justin Herbert. He's kind of settled down himself. His accuracy started to diminish at the beginning of the third quarter and into the second quarter, but he really seems to have found his groove back.
Freeman takes it. Big hole, right side on the zone read. Freeman inside the 30-yard line. Oregon moves the chains again. We check in with Brent in New York.
You guys remember Deontay Burnett laid out for a beautiful touchdown catch last week. He does the same thing tonight as Sam Darnold throws him open. USC leads Texas 7-0.
And man, is USC living up to the hype. Herbert, play action. Flings to the outside. That is complete, just inside the 15. A sliding grab, that's Ofadale, Alex Ofadale, the sophomore from Columbia, Missouri. Last 3 plays, 15, 13, 12. Ducks are rolling again.
He's throwing darts, and credit that run game for opening some of that stuff up.
Herbert handing off, Freeman. Inside the Wyoming 20 again. So another red zone trip for Oregon. Tonight's red zone brought to you by Verizon. 6 trips, 6 touchdowns tonight.
That's pretty good.
Hard to do better than that. Maybe, you know what would be better than that? 7.
I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance that happens.
Freeman inside the 10. Third down coming up for the Ducks. Mala'ulu on the stop.
This is an important drive that Oregon needs to finish. They've struggled largely here in the third quarter. They've looked really nice on this drive. Here with 13 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And a lot of it's been with Herbert's arms and Royce Freeman getting it done. I think a heck of a play call here would be some play action to Royce Freeman, get them to suck up, bootleg it out, and throw a touchdown.
Freeman straight ahead, inside the 5. That's enough to move the chains and make it 1st and goal for Oregon. Looking for their first second half points since the Southern Utah game. 0 against Nebraska, 0 so far against Wyoming.
Can't understate how important it is to finish. There's a lot of talent on this team. There's no question that Willie Taggart has changed the culture. But if you're going to be a good football team and get yourself back to relevance, you've got to learn to finish your opponents and not leave them hanging around in the second half.
1st and goal on the sweep. Griffin ridden out of bounds for a loss. Logan Wilson, the sophomore from Trona County High School, makes the stop. So 2nd and goal for Willie Taggart's Ducks. Open up Pac-12 play next week at Arizona State. So back-to-back tests on the road.
Wyoming's in man coverage.
On the 8th play of the drive, that's Benoit on the right side. Dropped at the 4th, 3rd and goal coming. Robert Priester with another tough tackle on the edge.
It's pretty clear that Oregon and offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo were trying to feature the run and not put that ball in jeopardy and have a turnover at this point. You're relying on your offensive line. Got a 3rd down here in the red zone. They've been ineffective. Yeah, they can kick the field goal, but I think it's really important for the Ducks, Carter, to score a touchdown. I'm going to go back with this play action call that I've been wrong the last 7 times on.
Herbert, hands off, left side. Benoit with a head of steam into the end zone. And the Ducks cap the drive with a touchdown. After a scoreless second half against the Huskers, a scoreless 3rd quarter against the Cowboys, Benoit caps the 9-play drive with a rushing touchdown to put the Ducks firmly back in command.
That was an important drive for Oregon. You see the smiles on the faces. That's the wide receiver coach, Michael Johnson. You just saw in that shot. That last play, Wyoming spiked or slanted to the left away, and perfect play call. Easy walk in for the touchdown, their 7th of the night.
6 of the 7 TDs on the ground for the Oregon Ducks, and 2 for Benoit. Oregon into the end zone in Laramie. 49-13 as the Ducks look to close it out.
What powers the digital world? Communication. That's why a cutting-edge university counts on CenturyLink to keep their global campus connected. And why a pro football team chose us to deliver fiber-enabled broadband to more than 65,000 fans. And why a leading car brand counts on us to keep their dealer networks streamlined and nimble. Businesses count on communication, and communication counts on CenturyLink. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful
Jim Levitt and the Duck defense having fun on that sideline, up 49-13 on the Cowboys. Our Geico difference makers, Justin Herbert. Yeah, there are a couple of turnovers, but he has been mostly solid for the Oregon Ducks, and Royce Freeman has been beyond solid. 3 rushing touchdowns to give him 53, tying LaMichael James for the most in school history. And the Ducks with a lot of talent. I mean, Nelson went down with the injury, but clearly they have given the football to Royce Freeman and said, this is who we trust the most right now, Royce Freeman.
And I think that says a lot about the offensive line as well. Tyrell Crosby, Shane Lemieux, Jake Hansen, Jake Pisarcik, Calvin Throckmorton have done a really nice job up front, creating some room for him to run.
Let's look at some of those blocks and some of those Royce Freeman runs.
I mean, it's all about 21, man. I mean, he was effective on the screen game early on when they were bringing some pressure. He's a good open field runner. He doesn't have the breakaway speed that I thought he would have, but he's more of a power runner. He's heavy. You get him down inside the 5-yard line, it's almost an assured touchdown. He's a big physical guy, but man, look at that. Decides to cut it back. He trusts his vision. He has a knack of where the hole is going to be. Vision, patience, burst, power. There's a lot to like about Royce Freeman now. Reminds me of you if you had played tailback, Carter.
Too many concussions early. Conway has it on the edge. Conway is dropped for a loss. And Conway is slow getting up, as is one of the Duck defenders.
Is that die?
I'll make sure.
No.
Gonna make sure that number is exactly what we think it is.
I think it's Lamar Winston, 32. It's green on green crime. Backup defensive lineman.
Yep.
Trying to make a play.
Winston, who's down, banged into Malik Young. And Winston's going to head to the Oregon sideline. So Allen and the Cowboys back out there on offense. This is a 49-13 game. Most of the Cowboy fans have already left. Yep, there's that's
solar plexus.
So second down coming up here for Allen on a night where most of the NFL scouts who are here have already left. The judgment has been made. Allen on the roll. Flag is down as Allen steps out of bounds. I'll say this, it is a long and winding road to the NFL draft and to an NFL career. So, yeah, there are a lot of eyeballs on Josh Allen, a lot of evaluations made. That's a hold. Here's the call.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
That was number 72, Zach Wallace. The left tackle got beat inside. Keep your eye on 34. That's Jordan Scott. He's a true freshman. 6'1", 333 pounds out of Largo, Florida. Coach is really high on his ability. Just overset as a left tackle. You can't do it. You got to protect your inside. Staying between the defender and the ball carrier is as simple as it gets for an offensive lineman.
Allen on 2nd and 22, hit as he throws again. That ball is complete, Aquali, but this is a big hit.
But this is what has the NFL drooling. He stands in the pocket, takes a big hit, steps into that throw and delivers it. If we could get a wider shot, if we have time, man, that was on a frozen road.
So Dye lays the leg. Allen pops back up. It's third down coming up. But
Dye's got a great knack of knowing when to time up his blitzes. They rush 3 down linemen, and he gets to green dog, meaning if the back goes away, he can delay his blitz, and he gets home a lot.
3rd and 7, chasing Allen again. Loses his helmet, takes it down. Yeah, that's exactly right. In fact, that could be a foul on the offensive player. Jinx rips the helmet off, and boy, does that summarize the night for Josh Allen.
He went down right away, in my opinion. This should be a face mask on the defense, not a penalty for him continuing to try to play with his helmet off. The referee that threw the flag. It's going to be interesting there.
Personal foul, face mask, grabbing a helmet opening. Defense, number 97. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Jalen Jelks, defensive lineman, been pretty active so far tonight. So he just gets a hold of the face mask, and Josh Allen once again trying to make a play and found a way to evade him. Get 15 yards in the process.
My point about Josh Allen in the draft, it's a long way away from the draft and from any pro career. Don't close the book on Josh Allen just because it's been a terrible offensive night for Josh Allen and because in these games against the Power 5, including BYU in that group, the numbers are all bad.
You know how I feel about this. I thought the hype coming into this game was blown completely out of proportion on Josh Allen to begin with. Slow news cycle in the summer.
Wyoming is called timeout.
With some hyperbole, yeah, he's got a live arm, but his accuracy and decision-making in no way suggested to me whatsoever, and most of the people that I talked to, including many of the scouts that were here tonight, that he was a first-round pick, let alone the first pick in the draft.
How does your experience coming out, the hype, the draft, the lead-up, the discussion, it was all about your knee, right? And
it was actually about my shoulders.
Okay.
Everybody had questions about my shoulders, and I was supposed to be the 6th player taken overall. And then Tampa didn't take me, the Rams didn't take me, and then I fell down to 16, and Green Bay traded up with Miami to take me from the 20th pick to the 16th pick. And everybody was worried about my shoulders. And on my 4th day, I blow out my right patella tendon. Can't pigeonhole.
I mean, you have to laugh, right? Allen hands off, Woods on the left side. Well,
it's a lot to deal with.
Now, Josh Allen, when you think about first-round pick from Wyoming, here are the 3 first-round picks. Ron Billingsley, defensive tackle, play for the Chargers and the Oilers. Lawrence Gaines, running back for the Lions. Aaron Kyle was a corner for the Cowboys, won a Super Bowl. If you're wondering, Jay Novacek, 6th-round pick.
Aaron, what you talking about, Kyle?
That's exactly right.
You got
the last
Lawrence Sam Jackson Gaines with the mock turtleneck and the afro rocking. Go.
Ron Billingsley was 6'8" on a Wyoming Cowboy team that beat Florida State in the Sun Bowl. But look, there's going to be a lot more on this game, and you combine it with Iowa and you combine it with the Group of 5 and say, all right, what does that mean for Josh Allen? But I mean, if you would have said that Mitch Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes, if you said this time last year, those would be the quarterbacks in the top 10 last year, but he would have said you're crazy. It is a process that is intentionally filled with a lot of smoke screen and misinformation and reevaluations and cross-checking, and somebody's going to come at some point. By the way, Josh Allen's only a junior.
Sad.
Loses a football again. Oregon has it. We'll see if Allen was down. David Alvarez, the referee, says.
Phil, as the quarterback was down prior to the ball coming loose. 4th down.
Nowhere to throw the football, no supporting cast. Going back to what you were saying about Patrick Mahomes, Mitch Trubisky, at least they had big numbers. The evaluation is, are they good enough quarterback to support those numbers? In Josh Allen's case, unfortunately, it's the opposite problem. You see a lot of great intangibles, but the production just hasn't been there.
McNeil's back for the punt for Oregon. Calls for the fair catch, bobbles it, but holds it in at the 16. So the Oregon offense back on the field in command in Laramie.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
What makes the new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza different than delivery?
Pan, 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 pan.
Pan, pan. You bake it fresh in its own pan, giving our new DiGiorno pizza a crispy, caramelized crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Long live the courageous, the tenacious, the ones who push forward and give back. Long live the greater good, the helping hand, and long live the truck built to outlast them all. Ram, proven to last.
Now with 1,000 Power Days bonus cash, get an average $11,971 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
Did you know Enterprise rents trucks? They do.
I can still rent a car for my entourage. I can share a car just like a real millennial. Or buy one from Enterprise Car Sales.
Nice one, Dad.
Thanks, TV family.
They even rent exotic cars. Hello. Not my TV family.
Plus, Enterprise picks me up.
Rent,
buy, or share. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Start your game day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by ServPro. When fire or water damage threatens your home or business, call the cleanup specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO. By Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls. This is fit. And by Michelin. A better way forward.
The Ducks are the ones having the party in the night to remember in Laramie, Wyoming. Craig Bowl and the Cowboys are hoping for a program-changing win for Wyoming. I mean, they had some big ones here last year over San Diego State and Boise State when they were picked last in their division and won it, hosted the Mountain West Conference Championship game. But Oregon has taken care of business. Have not played perfect. Herbert play action, on the roll, on first down, downfield, and incomplete. We check in again with Jenny Dell.
Well, Carter, the Ducks have been without their wide receiver, Charles Nelson. Now, remember, the trainers were looking at that right ankle in the first half of the game. He's out on the field right now in street clothes, and he has a boot on that right foot and ankle.
That is really a bad look for Oregon fans because Charles Nelson, in addition to wide receiver and punt return, Willie Taggart says with a young group of receivers, he is the voice in the wide receiver room. So Charles Nelson in a boot.
Good to see the smile on his face, though. If he was done for the year, he wouldn't be so chipper.
Prosser makes a stop on Brooks James. We check in with New York.
And a look at David Shaw, the head man for 19th ranked Stanford. He's got Bryce Love, who rushed for $160 in last week's loss to USC. The Cardinal on the road for 2-0 San Diego State when you guys are done in Laramie.
Willie Taggart, part of that powerhouse Stanford staff with Jim Harbaugh and David Shaw, Eric Mason, Vic Fangio. That was a heck of a coaching staff there at Stanford. Long time ties with the Harbaugh family. Western Kentucky, played for Jack. Helped turn around Western Kentucky, then South Florida, and then Oregon. I mean, it was just such recent memory ago when the Oregon Ducks were steamrolling, and then the dip, especially last year.
Tonight will be...
This looks more like Oregon.
They're starting to come back. Without question, Willie Taggart has changed the culture of this program.
Taking over for Mark Helfrich. 49-13, Oregon on Wyoming.
Being the incredibly busy man that I am, I've asked Chase Sapphire Reserve card members to scout the world to find my next vacation. Elton, what are you up to?
I'm having breakfast in Uganda.
Uganda, be kidding me, Elton. It's a joke.
James, we're gonna look for gorillas.
Hang on, what?
There's a real silverback gorilla.
Look at it. No, don't look at it. Stay, okay, shh, I'm freaking out.
Sapphire Reserve from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Fubo Chavez here. You know, Fubo TV has dozens of sports channels.
What are you doing?
Telling everybody about the world's biggest sports package.
Holy shit.
Stream the most live sports for the least money. Try Fubo TV free today.
Want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live. With DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York. Jets in LA. Bears in New Orleans. Or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
You have a vision. It's behind everything you do. Even when you least expect it, it comes through. You know what you want, and we can help make it real. You need choices? We've got all kinds, including special finishes and papers. And they're all absolutely guaranteed. Because you have a vision, and we have your card. 500 start at just $9.99 when you enter BC500 at Vistaprint.com.
Our Serve Pro play of the game. You go all the way back to this Justin Herbert 9-yard touchdown run. The game was 14-10 at that point. Anybody's game. Herbert takes it into the end zone with a nice little move. That rushing touchdown put the Ducks up 21-10. They did very little looking back. I mean, the QB comparison, there is no comparison.
There certainly isn't. There was a little bit of a slump for a hot second for Justin Herbert, but he's played outstanding tonight. Did have the one interception, but the way that he's finished or started the second half and the third quarter, now here into the fourth, he's been extremely accurate in putting that arm strength on display. And we talked about it before the game. There's an NFL quarterback that's been on this field tonight, but he might be number 10 for Oregon.
Nick Smith, the new quarterback for Wyoming, handing off to Woods. I think you have to draw that conclusion because Herbert has made some big-time throws that he's put on film. And then to have those two side by side, and again, Herbert's not perfect. That's one of the biggest parts of his development, is not being the perfectionist who lets a mistake ruin his night. But Herbert's night's done. Josh Allen's night appears to be done. This is Nick Smith's first game action since 2015.
I think this is a good move. Give Josh Allen some rest and start to build some depth for your team.
And they're going to feed Woods. If Wyoming's offense is going to get back on track, it's going to be running the football, and they hope that Woods, the recently converted linebacker, can give them that.
Gardy, you've sat through enough coaches' meetings where running the football and stopping the run are the very first thing that they say every single week about what their keys are to the game. And it's particularly true with Craig Bohl's offense that's pro-style with tight end and fullbacks. If you can't establish the run, then it gives the defense all the options that they need. And you can't be physical. It really limits what you can do in a throw game.
Mountain West Conference play begins for Wyoming next week against Hawaii. They won the division last year. Woods on third down, got fourth down coming, why not?
Wyoming, maybe think about staying out there, and it looks like they're going to punt. I mean, you waved the white flag a little bit, but maybe they're going to talk about it. No, the punt team's coming out. It's interesting to me. It's going to be is what Oregon does on offense, because it was all the starters out there up until now, and this game's well under control. Willie Taggart, I think, trying to send a message to his offensive unit that, hey, you guys need to stay out there. If you're not going to finish this game, you're going to play the entire game.
McNeil back there for the punt. Again, it'll hit inside the 5 and trickle into the end zone. Missed opportunity on special teams there for Wyoming in a 49-13 game. For those of you tuning in for the Stanford-San Diego State game, you'll be able to find that online at cbssports.com/live as soon as it kicks off. And of course, we'll get you out there immediately after the conclusion of this game, as San Diego State tries to make it back-to-back wins against teams from the Pac-12. This would be a much bigger one against Stanford.
This might be the fastest college football game in history with the way that those two offenses run the football. San Diego State, that 3-3-5 defense, a little bit undersized, but where they make their hay is by causing confusion and extreme athleticism, making identification for the Stanford offensive line all the more important.
Taylor Alley, the new Oregon quarterback, the senior from Eugene Sheldon High School. Same one that Justin Herbert and Chris Miller attended. Fighting Irish.
Irish got a win today.
Brooks James slipping out of a tackle, still running hard across the 30-yard line. Tony Brooks James. Alley, by the way, a perfect 6 for 6 as Brooks James is rattled getting up. And Oregon talking to Willie Taggart about his backup quarterback, Alley. He says, we feel like we can put Taylor Alley in there. He knows the system extremely well. They're confident in their backup Alley.
It's a nice luxury that most coaches don't have.
A rushing touchdown on the year. Got that one in the opener. Versus Southern Utah.
Local boy.
All right, I mean, if you're going to nitpick, only 7 points in the second half for Oregon. At 42 in the first, 7 in the second.
that's not a nitpick, I don't think, and it's certainly not going to be the case from Willie Taggart's perspective because this is 2 weeks in a row. Maybe a little bit more credit because they're on the road, but for the second week in a row, they score the same amount of points, are extremely explosive, but don't know how to finish. Give credit to Wyoming. Their defense came out and played, and this is a much improved Wyoming defense for the Cowboys than it was a year ago. But it's a little bit concerning because how often can you afford to do this? At this part of the schedule, you can get away with it, but as they get into the meat into October and going into November, you've got to be able to find ways to put your foot on the throat of your opponents when you have the opportunity, because there's not going to be a whole lot of more 36-point games that this team's going to see for the rest of the season.
For Oregon, it's at Arizona State, then Cal and Washington State at home to begin Pac-12 play. Alley pulls it, finds a seam on the left side, goes slipping across the 50. Takes pop as he rolls into Wyoming territory. Looking pretty nifty on the zone read, gate of 18.
There's a little bit more athleticism that we've seen at the quarterback position tonight. That gives them a nice little wrinkle, an additional package for them to run offensively, but my goodness, the first downs triple, 30 for Oregon, only 10 for the Cowboys. Great move in the hole to make something out of nothing. It should have been a 2-yard loss. Taj Griffin got himself back to the line of scrimmage.
We got to say this, Oregon, despite turnovers and despite mistakes, Charles Nelson going down with an injury, that's a critical piece for Oregon coming away from Laramie. But in the end, the Ducks took care of business. They took Josh Allen almost completely out of this football game. Wyoming had no offensive rhythm, and the Ducks take care of business with 7 touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, and there is a swagger returning to Oregon football that the Ducks are missing the last few years.
Oregon will be back to competing for championships probably as early as 2018, for sure in 19. And I may not just be talking about the Pac-12 championship, particularly when Josh Rosen and Sam Darnold move on. I think the North and Oregon Ducks are going to be back on top.
Another handoff. Griffin takes it again. Shaken inside the 20. Wrestled down by Wingard on a minute 15. All over but the semantics. I mean, Oregon's just handing it off on this drive. That's a 19-yard gain, and the Wyoming defense that has been stressed throughout, trying to make a stop.
Got their starters in there still on the offensive line.
On the 93rd play of the night for the Oregon offense, hand it off again. Brooks James, he's shoved back.
James carries the football.
14-0 start for Oregon. Then Wyoming scored 10 points. 28 straight after that for Willie Taggart. And Oregon, now the only question, the final score.
Be the final play of the game here.
So Oregon, the first Pac-12 team to visit Laramie, Wyoming in 24 years. Alley, he's going to throw to the end zone. It's incomplete. 7 seconds.
Pass broken up in the end zone.
Greg Bowles very happy.
Jack move right there now.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's a good move by one of the assistants to maybe calm down the head coach.
Yep. Don't want that unsportsmanlike penalty coming out of the white area, but see those guys. That's we saw some good sportsmanship earlier. I don't know if that last play call would fall under that category.
Let Alley throw it once. That'll do it. 49-13 the final. For our producer Scott Brandwine, director Matt Plundo, our entire CBS crew, Aaron Taylor, Jenny Dell, I'm Carter Blackburn. All Oregon 49-13 here in Laramie. Now we send you to Ben Holden, Jay Feely, and John Schriffen for number 19 Stanford at San Diego State.
And we welcome you to San Diego Stadium. CBS Sports Network continues our quadruple header with a Pac-12 Mountain West matchup. Number 19, Stanford 2-0. San Diego State getting set to square off. And Jay Feely, there's David Shaw, remarkable run he's had. His counterpart, Rocky Long, you can say the same about him. He is hard-nosed. They both are, and their teams are as well.
Two great coaches that have physical teams. They love to play the same kind of offensive football, Ben, and that's smash mouth. Punch you in the mouth. They want you to know what they're going to do, and then they want you to try and stop it.
There is no question about that. Two of the top running backs in the country in Rashad Penny and Bryce Love will be on display tonight. John Barron has the ball teed up to kick it away for San Diego.